You're blaming Heidenheart for scaring me away? What did Heidenheart do? Oh my god. Prince, you're saying I might have to have a guy come and check it out. That's the thing. The rest of the house is fine. Every single other computer here is fine. Everything else is connected to the internet. Destiny's still connected to the internet. Roots is still in the middle of a raid. They have perfect internet. Everything is fine. This should have the best internet because this has that cable directly tied to it, directly tied to the internet. It's like directly connected to it. Please tell me I'm back. Can people hear me? Am I just talking to the void again? I don't even know anymore. I hear you. Okay. Okay, my heart hurts. Okay, thank you. My heart hurts. I don't like having tech issues. Might be a bad Ethernet wire. They do go bad sometimes. Maybe someone chewed the wire, like a mouse, or one of the bajillion cats we have. So it could be the Ethernet cable. Okay, because I was about to say I should have the best internet. Papa Cryptid like hardwired us in. Like we had the cable directly to it. It should have the best internet. But maybe the wire's bad. How? I'm back. Just got an ad. Yeah, it's not just you. What? The stream stopped. The internet went away from this, and I had to restart the stream. Oh my god, I don't like having internet issues. I don't like having to make you guys watch multiple ads. Like normally, I think you guys just watch the one ad and then you guys are like good, right? I think that's the setting I have it on. Man, I'm really sorry, guys. I know that's probably unpleasant to keep having the stream disconnect. It's unpleasant for me here too. I'll thank you for the suggestion. I'll ask Papa Cryptid about the wire. There are ways to check. Look a speed test to see if you've got good speed. And there's some diagnostic stuff, but it's involved in techie. Better just call it tech guy. Yeah, Papa Cryptid is like his job is as a tech guy. He's a tech guy. So maybe I'll let him know, and maybe he'll check the wire. Because he does the speed test and he checks my internet connection when I let him know, like, hey, there's an issue, and then he comes on over. So like I call him like, Papa Cryptid, the internet keeps going down on this one specifically, but the rest of the house is fine. So then he goes like, doo 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 doo, what's going on? Me. And I'm like, no, look. And then he'll look, right? And then like the internet's back up like it is now. And I'll be like, yeah, but the internet, it wasn't here like a second ago, and then it came back. And he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I was just here on Google Docs. I was just streaming. I didn't do anything different. It just went away, and then it came back. And he's like, man, well, I don't see anything. Meet. And I'm like, yeah. That's a reenactment. That's the reenactment of me talking to Papa Cryptid about tech issues. You gotta head off. Thanks for reading your story. Appreciate all the feedback and criticism. Thank you so much, Kyla, for being so patient. And hey, wherever you're going off to, have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope some of it was at least a little bit helpful. If you want us to continue reading it, you can always resubmit. But otherwise, let me go back to my Wi-Fi screen. So it might be a loose connection. It might be vibrations making the wire wiggle and causing problems. Really? Oh, jeez. Maybe I had to look at the setup. Maybe I had to see what's jiggling the wire. Okay. Thank you, Keems, for some ideas on what this is, other than me just looking sadly at Papa Cryptid and going, help me! And then Papa Cryptid looking at, like, it's working fine right now. What do you want from me? You have great internet connection. You're hardwired, and what is it? You're streaming right now actively. And I'm like, but it wasn't 2 seconds ago. I feel like I'm being gaslit. That's the problem. Hi, PPs. So yeah, I'll check if there's like some way somehow I'm shaking the wire, or if it's a bad wire. Hi, 10. Welcome on in. Oh my god, 10, I think you missed all the craziness. I think we disconnected and restarted the stream like 3 times. That was not fun. And now I'm gonna have to, I know there's a way to do like a video editor thing, and you like combine all those clips to make the one VOD for YouTube. But I don't like doing that, and I don't want to learn how to do that. And I think Roots is overwhelmed with trying to learn how to do that. And So I've just been exporting every single individual thing, where regardless of, like, there was a stream a couple days ago where, like, the first 2 minutes and then the internet lost, and then the rest of the stream was like 3 hours. So now the clip's on YouTube. It's like, oh, like this such and such day, you know, February whatever date, 2026. Part 1 is like 2 minutes and 14 seconds, and then part 2 it's like 3 hours and 14 minutes. Yeah, the internet had a brain fart. You're right, Hayden, that is a good point. I did make it through the reading. That I would have felt a lot worse if it did it halfway through. Should have been nicer to Destiny, baby, then stream will start itself. No, I'll never be nice to that bitch. That bitch doesn't know what she's doing. If that bitch could control the internet connection over here, maybe then she would actually be fucking useful. Oh my god. Anyway, she keeps, like, changing her own settings on us after Papa Cryptid adjusts her settings. And I'm like, why? That's spooky, I don't like that. I'm willing to throw her out whenever I need to. At the first hint that she's betrayed me more than normal, I'm throwing her out the window. It's spring cleanup time, too, so I can do that. Do I want to? Do we want to read the next one? Or with the tech issues, is that just asking for trouble? So I'll go and delete that. BB is up. BB's Art Boutique. I think they were here last stream. I'm not sure if they're here today. There's KM Gilbertson. And then we do have Hayden Hart. Hayden, you're here. You abstain from voting. You don't want Destiny to write down which way you vote on whether or not we should toss her out the window or not. Let's see. We also have Author Relic. I don't think they're in here today. So yeah, Heidenheart, if you want yours read today and you don't mind there possibly being some disconnect issues, then we could do that. How does that sound to everybody else? You don't mind? Okay. This is Revenant Seraphim. I think I said that right. Let's do this. Oh, and then I had to... Oh, wait. Why is it dark? Oh, it's dark mode because I'm on dark mode. That's why. I had to change the thingamajig. So I can do this. Properties. And the story is from... Hayden Hart. How's that? I think everyone can see that. Did I spell it right? H-E-I-D-E-N Hart. Yeah. Okay, phew. So this is Revenant Seraphims. Is there anything you want to let us know in chat about this particular piece? Is it a novel? Is it a short story? Is it a script? Is it for a graphic novel? What's it inspired by? Are we talking science fiction? Are we talking fantasy? Are we talking dystopian? Are we talking about urban fantasy? What kind of genre are we in? What kind of story is this? Go ahead and let us know all the cool details about your piece. I'm gonna take a sip here real quick, because whew, all that tech issues is nerve-wracking. It's a post-apocalyptic novel with demons and some romance. Mostly romance. Oh wait, did I already read the first part of this one? Hold on. There we go. Cryptid starts a second section under the pound symbols. Okay. Okay, I do remember the song. Oh boy, do. I'm just scrolling through real quick, just remembering stuff. I think I compared to milk like that. Sam tightened her lips and nodded. Right, my mistake. She pushed past him and found a table near the window. Her spine shivered, still feeling his eyes on her back. Interesting mix. And I'm not exaggerating or sarcastic. Yeah. Are you talking about for the romance and the demons and it's post-apocalyptic? Yeah. It's, having the mix in the genres, I guess, is really, really in right now for the next few years in publishing. Fun little thing I've heard. Sam managed to finish one beer, which she suspected of being watered down, before a bell rang outside. The raiders in the corner got up and left. Even the barkeeper did. I'm wondering about did here. Sorry, I know this is really early. Second sentence in, I'm like, The raiders in the corner got up and left. Maybe semicolon. Even the barkeeper joined them? Left with them? I'm not quite sure how I feel about did here. I know that's like really nitpicky, but I'm like, whatever, just to let you know. It's like a biblical apocalypse, but only one side showed up. Oh, only the demon showed up. Oh, the other side said, nah, I'm good. They were washing their hair in that apocalypse. It was a hair day. It was a self-care day. Listen, it's just... I know we planned this like way far in advance to have the apocalypse and everyone would like show up and we'd all do the apocalypse thing, but like really I'm trying to have like more focus on me and my chakras and my star sign. Just it's not working for me today. I ended up it's not working for me. I just think we need to reschedule the apocalypse. I'm sorry. You guys can still go out and do it. You guys have fun at the apocalypse, but I'm gonna take a me day. I need a self-care day. Maybe we'll do it next century. Okay, let's reschedule it for next century, and for now it can just be your guys' apocalypse. It's not you, it's me. And by it's me, I mean I'm perfect and you're not. No, I'm kidding. Nobody clip that. Sort of, it's also drawn on Gnostic beliefs. Okay. Oh yeah, but the other side just didn't show up. Someone said my name. Did anyone say pee-pee? I said it's not you, it's me. Maybe that kind of sounds like pee-pee. I don't know, but I don't think I did. Did anyone... Is this like the Beetlejuice thing? If you say pee-pee 3 times, it summons call me pee-pee. No, I thought I heard someone say perfect. Oh, get out of here. You're banned. Ty stuck his head in the door after the last one was out, and motioned for her to come over. With a sigh, Sam stood up and leaned against the doorframe. Thought you might want to watch the show, he said. The show? The hanging? Sam asked. Yeah, a bunch of us are planning on coming back here anyway to drink. There might be music and dancing. He tried to look at her, but Sam watched his gaze drop to her boots and his weight shift. Pee-pee juice 3 times? No, sorry, not gonna happen. You don't have to say the juice part, that makes it so much worse. Isn't a hanging a bit much for a date? She asked, unable to hide the chuckle in her throat. I was hoping the date would be after that, Ty said, his cheeks growing red. I mean, this might be the most exciting thing you see from here to the deserts. He had a point. Sure, Sam said. Ty offered his arm, but did you guys catch the accent there? Oh dear. But would that be pee 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 pee? Or would it just be pee 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 pee? Typing keyboard with only the letter P. Isn't that on Game Changer or something? So Ty offered his arm. Flat vowels, love them honestly. His arm, I can say words, but Sam ignored it and headed into the street. Old Boy still stood at the hitching line, his face buried in a trough of water. They joined the crowd moving into the central square. A path was left in the throng to what Sam assumed was the jail. An old building lined with metal plates and barred windows. She caught a glimpse of the other raiders standing near it. 4 of them. 2 were pushing each other around, while a third laughed at them. The tall one from before stood still, watching the jail, waiting. "Why did you let them stay in town?" Sam asked. "You aren't worried about payback? Or him escaping?" Not a lot of us are happy about it, but they demanded the right to watch. The tall one looked at them. Ty swallowed and pulled Sam away. There was a shout from the jail that drew the crowd's attention. Many moved closer, anticipating the prisoner to be dragged out, and were ready to jeer. Sam crossed her arms, her eyes glued to the raiders. The only ones who moved anyway. A pit formed in her stomach. They jogged to the side, putting space between them and the jail. A short, pudgy man in red ran out of the building. "Rev!" The jail erupted in a fireball and cut him off. It sent splintered wood and twisted metal through the air. Sam raised a hand to shield her face, but was sent sprawling by the blast. Those on their feet ran in all directions, shouting for water and buckets. She looked around for Ty and saw him lying flat with a timber shoved in his gut. Oh no. He reached out to her, looking for help she couldn't give. Her ears rang, making it hard to keep her balance. The dirt dug into her palms as she pushed herself to her feet, and she fell once before she managed to stand. Gunfire rang out near the gate. An attack. "Idiots," Sam said through gritted teeth. "Of course they would try to spring their buddy. Killed him anyway. You need to sleep? Have a wonderful night, Ten, and hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Goodbye." So my first thought is, earlier we were worried about the demons. We were sensing demons nearby, and it was getting dark. So she was having dinner here. It's getting closer and closer tonight. We thought we'd be safe here, but now there's all this explosion-y stuff happening, all this stuff, and I'm over here worried, like, oh no, is she gonna be out here and there's gonna be the demons and it's gonna be nighttime and that's gonna be bad. Oh, thank you for the posture check, everyone. Again, make sure both you, any pet skeletons, any skeletons roaming about that you adopted from the local crypt or cemetery, anything like that, or even a little bit early from a local funeral home, right? Get them while they're still young and fresh. But go ahead, unshrimp those spines, bend those knees a little bit if you haven't already, or if they've been like all bent up, make sure you stretch out your knees too. Move your shoulders back and forth, move your neck up and down and left and right. Right? We all want our spines to be happy and their spines to be happy. Okay, this is elite laziness, but I'm eating spaghetti and garlic bread with chopsticks to have less dishes to wash. Wow, good job, what? Actually, Commander Roots does that kind of stuff. Sometimes they just like using chopsticks because they're like, yeah, it keeps my hands clean. It lets me like have like less utensils I have to wash, less plates I have to wash. So hey, you know, good raccoon and raccoon solidarity. You're actually doing stuff what Roots does. It's a big mood. Yeah. I would do stuff like that too. Sometimes I would what was I gonna say? I forgot. Anyway. Would try to spring their buddy, but killed him anyway. So I get her saying aloud, idiots. Because, like, yeah, like, your ears are ringing, it's just like, idiots. But then, of course, they would try to spring their buddy, but killed him anyway. She's kind of talking to nobody here, so I'm wondering if she would explain this aloud via dialogue, or this is just more of an internal thought. But either way, sometimes when the dialogue's like saying it to nobody, saying it out in the air, it feels a little bit awkward. So that's gonna be my note here. I like her muttering idiots, but everything else here, I'm wondering if it should be an internal thought, just as an idea. She pulled her pistol from her hip and her breaker ball with the other. What's a breaker ball? Could be internal thought, as I have a lot of them anyway. Yeah, I already have a lot of them. Add them to the mix. Take it, put it in with the others. Explains the next sentence. Okay. A crude mace made from a large ball bearing, welded to a stalk of rebar. So it's a crude mace from a large ball bearing, right to a stalk of rebar. Okay, so it's a DIY post-apocalyptic mace. Okay, I got it. If it's a mace, did she make up the word breaker ball, or when you do a DIY mace, is that actually the name for it? Is it called a breaker ball? I'm just wondering, is that like a real terminology that I'm just not familiar with? Because sometimes there's words and phrases I don't always know. I'm still learning human stuff. Yeah, she named it. Okay. Her pistol from her hip and her breaker ball with the other. A crude mace made from a large ball bearing welded to a stalk of rebar. Should this... I'm not a line or a copy editor. I don't know all the rules of grammar. Should this be the dash? Should this be a semicolon? Should this be something else to somehow attach this description to breakable? I wonder if we should get rid of the period and replace it with something else. Do I know what? No. And then this comma can then be a period. It can be. It might make it flow better. Okay. Yeah, that's what I say. So whenever I'm not entirely sure about something, I try to be upfront about it, and let's blah 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 blah. Let you guys know. Be like, hey, this is a thought. I think it should be changed, but I'm not gonna pretend to be smarter than I am and actually say it with certainty. And I think it's also a cool thing too. I think this is a fun way to realize like what's the difference between like a critique circle, the beta reading, the developmental editing stuff. Sometimes, right? Again, I don't always read enough to do a full developmental edit. You know, those kind of stuff compared to like the other types of editors, right? Those line editors, those copy editors, those proofreaders, all that different stuff, right? There's so many people who get their little raccoon hands on a manuscript in an actual publishing house, that then when we're here, we actually get a little peek behind the curtain of that. We realize what people have different specialties in. That I might be okay at noticing one thing, but I am, full disclosure, I am shit at noticing some other things. It's just one of those things, right? It's like a fun thing to realize that you can have a very specific thing. You can be trained on some very specific issues for a manuscript, for a work. Anyway, that was a sidetrack. The tall waiter from the tavern was standing a few yards away. He flexed his hands and took a step in Sam's direction. She closed an eye and shot her pistol. Oh. The bullet caught him in the shoulder, but didn't stop him. But he didn't stop. Blah, 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 blah. Why am I making up words? The bullet caught him in the shoulder, but he didn't stop. Sam fired again, aiming for his leg, and hit his knee. The man dropped to the ground as his leg collapsed beneath him. "Revenant!" someone shouted, and Sam's blood ran cold. A demon. No, a human possessed by a powerful demon king. They were said to be immortal, supernatural powers. They weren't real. They couldn't be. Her head swiveled on her shoulders to look for it until she saw people pointing at what was left of the jail. So it's saying here, it's not just any, like a demon possessing somebody, it's specifically a demon king. But that they're also not real. So that's interesting. Hi, King Cal. What's WB mean? WB. Nobody look at me, WB. What's WB mean? What's that stand for? But also, hi. Her head swiveled on her shoulders to look for it until she saw people pointing at what was left of the jail. A figure danced out from the blaze, arms spread and hips swaying. It was a man, dressed in white and gray. Oh, welcome back. Oh. WB. Welcome back. Yeah, sorry for the earlier tech issues. Kunst had some really good ideas for things to check for next stream that I can check to see if the cable itself is like dying or giving out on us, so that we could just replace the cable that connects us to the internet. Or if there's something messing with my table setup here and I just can't see it and there's something shaking it, giving it a spotty connection. So I'll be checking that next time, because again, it's been fine for so long, and then just these last few streams we've had spotty access, and it's not the rest of the house. The rest of the house is perfectly fine internet connection. It's just this laptop. Was will be mean. Was what you be mean. You hate spotty Wi-Fi? Is it Wi-Fi? It's the thing where like you have the direct plug to the internet. It's like is it the Ethernet? Is that the really fast one? Is that the good one? That's what we had. Papa Cryptid was nice and he gave us like the best one. He's like, yeah, you're like hardwired into the internet with the fastest internet. It's like the Ethernet stuff. So I should have like the bestest internet. And then and then sometimes you just don't want an internet. Ethernet? Is that it? Is that the fancy one? I think that's the fancy one, right? That's like the better one. Because he said I might need the better one because it has all the fancy stuff, like this model that like interacts with you guys while I read your stories. Like just for having this blue bra on, he said, oh, you might need the fancy one. It? What's it? Are you it? Is this tag? Can you do tag on it? It's the high-speed wired connection. That sounds right. Hi Vera, welcome on in. What's up? Hello. Hello, hello. Sorry, I was being sidetracked, that's all. But yeah, I think that's what I have. I should have like the fast one. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Okay. So then yeah, so maybe it's either just a cable or something pinching it, or I'm shaking it sometimes with my foot somehow. I don't know. So we'll check that. We'll check to see if that's causing the issue. So arms spread and hips swaying. It was a man dressed in white and gray. You're just looking forward to hearing viewer stories? Nice. I did the thing where now I can edit the stuff in the top right corner. So you can actually see you can see whose story it is in chat. So people are asking for that. So I figured out how to do that. I want to make it look a little fancier. Is there oh, thank you for the 5 stream streak. That's so nice. Anyone know, is there some way to make it fancier? Is there like a way to have a solid background or something, or make it look cuter? I'm not quite sure. Soot marks and burnt holes marred his clothing, but he remained untouched by the flames. He wore a cat-like grin from under a mane of hair that hung past his shoulders. How? Sam asked herself. How was he alive? Sam's heart stopped in her chest and the air left her lungs. The Revenant. Her brand flared as a rush passed over her, pulling her toward him. The muscles in her legs twitched and her hands clenched. Her body wanted to greet him like a childhood friend, but she knew she'd never seen him before. So this is interesting. So now her body's having the reaction of like she wants to greet him. She wants to go over to him. Hold on, there's a little fly. But before, earlier, it was like described as like a burning when she felt demons nearby, right? So it seemed, let me like look up just to make sure I'm not talking complete bullshit. Right, because sometimes I can talk complete bullshit. You guys know. A harsh burning in her chest. There was a demon horde nearby. She could feel them, a burning in her chest again. So it seems like she's like getting hurt whenever demons are nearby. So she knows demons are real. So why is she saying here that a demon king possessing somebody isn't real? They couldn't be. That's interesting. And I'm not saying that's a plot hole or anything. I'm saying as a reader, that's some of the questions I'm having here, right? Like, oh, like, wait a second. She said demons were real. Now she's saying, like, wait, a demon king can't possess somebody. And now we have the Revenant. The man stopped spinning when he saw her, his hands stretched out toward her. Amber eyes, shining like polished brass in the firelight, ran over her face. His grin dropped, but he remained frozen. Sam raised her pistol at him, and he raised an eyebrow. Pain exploded in her head, and white light flashed across her vision. Sam's legs gave out, and she tumbled to the ground. Reads chapter 2. There's another 941 words that take place when she wakes up from this, still during the attack. I made it to chapter 2. I may add it, but I'm afraid of my first chapter being too long. It will push it to around 3K. IDKLC. So I think sometimes when we hear like big number, like 3K, we're like, oh, that's a big number. If you have anything else that's 3K, if you have like 3,000 possums coming to steal your cheesecake or something, that's a lot of possums, right? Never be too worried about specific word count. I'll let you know here right now, because there was a lot for me to read in one sitting aloud. This actually wasn't like a super long chapter. I don't think you're quite at the range yet where you're like, huh, is this chapter too long? I don't think you're there yet. I think you're still in the fine range. Me reading something aloud, you have a million possums stealing my food. yeah, see? But yeah, just having 3,000 words, I'm like, oh, that's actually not a lot. That's fine. That's fine for a chapter. I want to be word to it. Yes, there are only 12 revenants, and they are explained later to be the boogeymen of the wasteland. The familiarity she's experiencing is a hint that the other two men she met are revenants. She isn't alarmed by her brand reacting to them because the nearby horde. Okay, wait, so wait. So there are 12, and they're kind of like the boogeymen. So I'm wondering, I don't know yet when you explain that, but knowing, okay, so then they are real. And she knows that. Maybe then this line, they weren't real, they couldn't be. Does that make sense? She knows demons are real. There are 12 of them. So then it is the saying here, they weren't real, they couldn't be. This is a little bit confusing for me as a reader. So I'm like, is it plausible there are demons or not? Because we are dealing with a story that has demons. She's mentioned demons already. That's why I'm like, I'm a little bit confused here. The other two men she met are revenants. She isn't alarmed by her brand reacting to them because of the nearby horde. Okay. 3K is so normal for my chapters. I don't think it's bad. Yeah, again. And in general, I don't want you guys to worry too much about, like, word count. A chapter isn't determined by how many words is in it. It's determined by, like, scenes. When's a good stopping and starting place for a scene. It's determined by scenes, not so much word counts. Might just be my speakers, but music seems louder than mic today, just a bit. Oh, okay, wait, let me... How's that? I turned the music down a little bit. Is that a bit better? Did I just move too far away from my mic? Is that the issue? Let me see here if I can adjust it. Is that better? Oh, thank you so much. Okay. So this is gonna make it worse, though. So the demons in the hordes are lower class. Okay. The demon kings don't have a physical form like the others. They are manifestations of emotions and sensations and need a human host. It's drip fed to the stroy. What's the stroy? Oh, do you mean story? Sorry. Brain fart. You hear me very clearly now? Okay, perfect. Thank you for letting me know. Story, yeah. Okay. So that's totally fine to have, like, the higher ranking demons be different from the lower class. I don't think that's bad at all. That's fine. Demon stuff happens like that. Angel stuff happens like that. Demon stuff happens like that. That's reasonable. Manifestations of emotions and sensations, and they need a human host. Okay. but it's drip-fed through the story. Okay. I think you can pull it off. I think it's totally fine to explain over time how the demon things work, because I'm gonna guess that maybe even these characters don't fully know, right? So even the characters might be discovering it as we, the readers, do. But I'm saying this particular line, does that make sense for this character? I mean, like she's saying, like, oh yeah, they can't be real, they couldn't be real. In this story, is there demonic possession? Do they know about this? That's why it felt a little weird, because this to me almost makes it sound like you're telling the readers they can't be real, even though we already told you in the first page demons are real. That's why I'm getting a little confused by it. Has anyone here ever had bacon grease popped popcorn? It's my biggest weakness for a snack. I normally resist, but tonight you're splurging. Treat yourself. I think asking raccoons, like, hey, should I treat myself to this crazy snack? I think every raccoon's gonna be like, yeah! Might work better as an internal thought. Even then, does it make sense for this character? I'm asking you, I'm not sure. Does it make sense for your character, Sam, here, who has a brand that can sense demons nearby? She lives in a post-apocalyptic world where there are demons, and she knows that there are demons and all the different stuff, and she's actively avoiding demons. To say, oh, it's impossible for there to be this fancy demon that possesses people. That's why I'm like confused. I'm like, wait, what is part of the world building here that makes Sam think this is impossible? It was like a weird line that tripped me up. Okay, you understand? Okay, yeah. So again, it's not a hard question, but I'm just pointing out that particular line that threw me off as a reader. But otherwise, I think let's see here. So we only hit this. So for this, I still really like the dialogue. I don't know if I mentioned that last time. I like Ty trying to ask her out for this date and being really awkward, and it's this weird post-apocalyptic setting, so he's asking her for this date after this hanging that's gonna happen. It's the most exciting thing that's gonna happen here in the desert. Like, I like that. That's great personality. I feel like Ty, even though it seems like we've seen the end of Ty, possibly, I feel like while Ty was on screen, he was a very distinct character, and I liked that. I feel like Sam's personality differences against Ty were very clear, so the characters are distinct, their dialogue's distinct. I think that's definitely one of the strengths in this piece. I had the one critique of like, oh, I wonder if there should be an internal thought, but you already made note of that. We did have this bit, the tall raider. She has the shootout with him. He starts approaching her. She shoots him twice in the shoulder and then in the leg. He collapses. Then she's focused on the Revenant and all this stuff before she collapses. I don't think the tall raider ever shot back at her, ever did anything else. I'm wondering, like, wait, it almost seems like we had this interaction with the tall raider, and then, like, he's gone. My mom made it as a kid, but she also put powdered macaroni and cheese packet on top as a topping. No noodles? Oh my goodness. Sounds like one of those things you like write down as like a treat that's like a regional thing, and then you tell it to everyone else, and everyone else is like, what? We've never heard of this before, and you're like, yeah, this totally common thing, this favorite childhood snack that everyone knows about. Oh my god. What was I saying? So it could be in the next scene when you're saying she wakes up, but it's still during this attack. Then this character, this tall raider, is still there. In which case, that's fine, but I'm just pointing out, like, hey, we were looking at this character, we were interacting with this character, he fell down. Did he do anything creepy? Did he scream as he was shot at? Was it creepy and spooky because he's a demon too when he didn't scream? And he's just still looking at her going forward, even though his leg's given out from underneath him. No, but he is the one that knocks her out. which is why I was thinking of adding the scene where she's waking up, he's dragging her off. Like dipping fries into a milkshake, totally normal, but ew to some people. I think it's normal. I don't enjoy it, but I also don't like sometimes a lot of my food's touching. So I'm over here and I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's fine. And I'm not grossed out by anyone else putting fries in milkshakes, but just for me personally, I like my fries and my milkshake separated. That's just a preference. Let's see. So see here, I actually read this differently. So you're saying that that tall bandit was the one who knocked her out. So Sam raised her pistol at him, and he raised an eyebrow about the Revenant guy. Pain exploded in her head, and white light flashed across to her vision. Sam's legs gave out, and she tumbled to the ground. I thought, and this is me, it's just read. I thought she's like raising her gun at this big, bad, powerful Revenant dude. And then he like raised an eyebrow at her, and she like psychically got attacked with his psychic demon powers. And that's the pain in her head, that he like did the psychic attack on her, like, you motherfucker, you're gonna point a dumbass gun at me, boom, and he like unloaded this in her, made her head basically like mentally explode, and she like fell unconscious. That's how I understood it, but you're saying it's actually the tall bandit who came by and like he whacked her. That's too cool for my brain. No, wishing I could change it. Well, first of all, you always can change it. It's your story. Lord knows we change a lot of stuff. There's even some people like they're writing drafts. They do like 3, 4, 5 drafts on something, and it starts out with their story as like mermaids, you know, mermaids in a sci-fi story, a sci-fi underwater mermaid story, and then draft like 16. They're like, actually, the mermaid sci-fi aspects is going to go to a different story, but the rest of these characters and plot, it's actually going to go into urban fantasy, and it's not going to have mermaids anymore. That's going to be something else, right? Sci-fi mermaids. Yeah, see, like they'll completely change genres, they'll change characters around, they'll change plot holes. You can do it whenever, it's your story. Like, no one's in control of you. But anyway, it's one of the few areas we still have free will in, unless you're like commissioned to do like a story or something. Like there are times when like a publisher house will like work with an author and they'll commission them, like, hey, we need a new storybook to fit this genre for kids, and it has to be this length, and it's going to cover these topics, go write it. And they'll be like, okay, and that's what you go and like off to the side and lock yourself up in your writing room, and that's what you do. Not a lot of authors get those gigs, but some of them do. But 99% of the time, smut fantasy, regular fantasy with some spice. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can change it whenever you want. But do you have to change it just because I had that idea? Nah. It's just whatever you want. But yeah, letting you know, and it looks like a mystery. I read the same way too. I thought she got psychically attacked because that Revenant had that cool, like, he's raising an eyebrow at her. I wish I could raise an eyebrow just on the model. Is that working? No, it just looks like I'm blinking with one eye. 2 words. That's what happened. It was a zombie apocalypse smut to this amalgamation. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that when you're just trying to write some generic cool genre smut, and then like you had to keep working on the world building and the lore and the plot to make the smut happen, don't you? Don't you hate that you end up writing like a trilogy to cover everything before you can get to the smut to make it realistic? Don't we all hate that? Everyone understands this, right? Everyone's been there before. Yeah, you can't have smut without context. No, you need the three books beforehand to get all the context. Oh, same with your Solaris series. Yeah, see? So just to let you know, those were the 2 things. If the idea is that the tall bandit is the one that came over and smacked her, I would write him in a little bit more. First, with like when he goes down, is he doing like creepy, spooky stuff? Like, is he maintaining eye contact and he doesn't like even gasp in pain or anything? He just like fumbles, but he's like not breaking an uncanny eye contact with her, unlike most people who are shot, where they'll like look down, they'll be like, I've been shot. He's like, you know how the cryptid model stares at you guys? Hold on, maybe I can make her do it. That. Do you see how the model stares at you guys? That's what I mean. Like, he can be doing that. In case Spice is yours, I'll not specify what Barry likes most there, though. Oh my goodness. The Revenant is named Elias. Oh, I like that fucking name. I like that name for the Revenant. That's a good fucking name. Hold on, that's, Hydrate or Dihydrate. Thank you for the Hydrate or Dihydrate. Here's your sippy. And he's just sassy that way. He raises the eyebrow. The other one, Gabe. I think I can make him more creepy when he's shot. Yeah, just to show that uncanniness. Thank you so much for the follow. And hey, welcome to Cryptid Editor. I hope you like hanging out with us here. So there's another 941 words. So yeah, for future, I wouldn't be worried about a particular word count limiting your chapters. It's like a scene thing, or like when's that good pause between scenes to mark the chapters, not specifically a particular word count. So anyway, thank you so much for submitting. I hope the things I pointed out helped. I wonder if you guys could tell. I could definitely tell compared to last stream when I wasn't feeling good. I'm not feeling good today, but I felt worse last stream. I felt like I was like forcing myself to read. I don't feel like I was reading as well, and I don't feel like the advice I gave was as good. When I submit again, I'll tack on that extra bit. Good. That's super cool. Let's go ahead and finish that. Yeah, for challenges, I have some that are really long and others that are like single scenes. Yeah. See, it can kind of vary a bit. What was I saying? But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm reading better, like I'm more engaged, like I'm interacting with you guys better. It feels different. Feels better. It was whoever was in a relationship. In a later chapter, there was a yaoi spice scene, but it was dropped out mostly. Oh no. Hi goes, hi Echoes, welcome on in. It's good to see you. So let's go ahead and see here. Whose story? Oh wait, I have to go to Discord, and now it feels like there's all these steps. Like after I read someone's thing, I had to like delete it real quick, and then when I'm starting somebody else's, I had to go over to this and like edit it to have the new thing. I'm like, oh my god, there's so many steps now. Pleasure's all mine, dear. Aww, wait. Echoes, wait, that's sweet. Thank God this model can't track blushing, right? Hello, Fate. Welcome on in. And hey, welcome to Cryptid Editor. I hope you like hanging out with us here. We're going to go ahead and start choosing the next person in the queue for whose story we're going to read and critique. What? I think I saw Death's Head earlier. I'm not sure if they're still in here. That sweet crap. That goes against everything I stand for. Callie After Dark? I don't think I've seen Callie in chat yet. Do you read poems too, or just stories? I'm preferring to stick with just stories. I feel like I'm not a huge... I try to give the best critique and feedback I can for these. And since I'm not a good poem person, like that's just not a thing I normally read too often, I feel like there's not a lot of advice or critique I can give for poems, you know? So then I'm over here like, well, if I'm not giving good advice in an advice critique circle, then like what's the point? So for now, if you do want to share your poems or anything like that with the other raccoons here in chat or in our Discord, there is a section in Discord where it's just a writing. And you can just submit to the writing, and you can get feedback from the other raccoons if any of the other raccoons wants to read it and give feedback. But as far as on-stream comments from here, you little blue person, I think I'm going to stick with stories. Didn't realize there were so many stories in the queue. Yeah, I feel like every stream I read like 1 or 2 stories, and then like 2 or 3 new ones get submitted, and I'm like, I can't keep up. God, well, I'll just listen to your stories. Thank you so much for hanging out. And hey, if you have any of your own advice or critiques or feedback, you guys are always welcome to give advice and critique too, just as long as we're all nice and nice about it. Being nice raccoons is the big thing. Let's see here. So, Callie, I don't think I've seen today. And then Callie's gonna like suddenly appear and be like, Cryptid, why didn't you read my story? And I'll be like, Callie, I did see you. I'm technically near the top for after you finish book 1, right? As soon as I finish book 1 and I give you all those developmental critiques and edits back, then I'm gonna be over here and I'll be like, oh, Chatty Matty's in 1st place, and 2nd place, and 3rd place, and 4th place. Right? Yeah, we need to figure out how to clear that backlog. It's not sustainable right now. And right now, just because I'm still recovering from my cycle, from having endometriosis and stuff. Endometriosis. Jeez, I can say big words. When I'm feeling more better, then I might have another back-to-back stream day where like I stream every day for a few days just to catch up. You hijacked the queue. Maybe put people on a timer for the time being, 1 submission per time period. I feel like not too many people like submit a ton. There's like a few people who might submit like twice. It's not like a huge deal. It's not enough for it to really matter. Death's Head. I think I saw them earlier. Did they already leave? Death's Head has more Haunting of Castle Lovos we could read if Death's Head's here. What was here earlier, right? Is what still here? One of the regular writing streams I watch sets up a Google Calendar and schedules a reading for streams. Etiquette that works for you, just a suggestion. Oh man, you're assuming I have like schedules. You're assuming I can plan things. That's so kind and generous of you. Oh, let me tell you right now. That's smart. A lot of newer raccoons are in there now. You're here. There's that. There's Mistria. Nova, I think, already left. They said they probably want to get read today, so they left. Bobicus. I haven't seen Bobicus here today. We do have what? Author Relic. I don't think I've seen today. The Heart one, who I'm not sure who they are. And then Mistria. So what, you wanna do yours a bit? Because I think you're here. So let's go ahead. We do more Solaris. Go ahead and set that up. Docs, Solaris. You are here? Okay, so we'll read a couple pages from what? And then as long as my voice is still good, then we can do Mystria. Yes, you're finishing chapter 6. Okay, chapter 6. And then I had to update this. Oh yeah, let me move things around. Maybe I had to make my model smaller again. Oh no, I'm shrinking! I'm a smaller cryptid now. Okay. And then I edit this to be from what? 16. Okay. And then I shrink it a little bit. How's that? Can everyone see that? Ah, that's not what I want. There. I think that's good. It's at least good on my screen on OBS. Yeah, it'd be like the moderator's equivalent of temporary slow mode, so the streamer can catch up. I don't know what that is. I think one of the big things I'm looking for, maybe not for stream yet, I feel like for actual streaming on Twitch, I'm still okay. But I'm thinking of asking if anyone wants to be a mod on Discord soon. I had to get ready for it. I had to get ready to relinquish control. But it definitely feels like people keep having ideas for what the Discord could be, and me and Roots aren't really big Discord people, so there's a lot of stuff we don't know. So I'm thinking of and that's how often someone can post. Yeah, people aren't posting like 20 bajillion different things though, you know what I mean? So I'm not too overwhelmed with the amount that each individual person posts. There's just a lot of people. And the other thing too is sometimes people will post, and then they don't show up for a couple weeks to a month or so, right? And then I'm there and they're still in the queue, but I just don't see them ever again. That's the other bit. Don't want to be shameless, but I do have a lot of free time. I don't even know what to ask for what like a Discord mod should do. I'm not quite sure, but I think just like the general dissonance, because I don't check it constantly. I just check it a couple times throughout the day. I'm thinking maybe just having someone on when someone like asked for like general FAQ stuff, or like ask for like different things, like, oh, what format should I submit in, or like, oh, hey, what does Cryptid ever do this? Like, there's just somebody there that could like answer questions. Is that a normal thing? Is that what mods do? I have no idea. I had to think about it. I had to think about what I want a mod to do. So Discord mod would set things up, embed subscriptions into ranking. Wait, what? Subscriptions into ranking? ME6 and Steam Cord bots? I've never heard any of those before in my life. Oh my god. Wait, how much have I been failing at Discord? Oh no. This allows people to see when you're streaming. There's a streaming section, right? Where'd you set that up? Yeah, it's like a little stream thingamajig, and it gives a little alert when I start streaming. I do have a Steam bot. Oh my god. Oh, I was gonna be like, yeah, I did. Oh, over here, just a blue bus sweating. I was like, oh no. Hi, Bobicus, you returned from D&D to Strem. Well, welcome on back. Did you have fun with D&D? There are a lot of bots for different things. Yeah, do people even really like those? I feel like I don't really like a lot of the bots. They're just kind of there. I don't know. I had to figure it out. And you're the one to thank the blue bot after the streams. Yeah, I really appreciate that. More than you know, Chatty Maddie. Thank you for doing that. The Chatty Maddie appreciation bot. ME6 would allow for anti-bot provisions, so you can force people to accept rules and terms before joining the Discord? Oh wait, that sounds smart. That sounds real smart. Oh, it depends on the Discord. Did you get a nat 20 to seduce the necromancer? Ooh la la. Did you seduce the dragon? Did you seduce a cool elf? Did you seduce the bard? Were you the bard? Oh my god. You leveled up to 11! Yay! Huge congrats, Robicus. Keeps Bobs out. That sounds so cool. Okay, yeah, I guess there's more things I need to be aware of. Help there, will just be there to keep things sorted, make sure people are posting where they should be, give feedback, etc. Oh. Dragonborns can't complain about the bard, that's their dad. When I did run a Madden League, I used at least 3 bots for the Discord for user interaction. Oh, what kind of things do the users interact with? Because people keep sometimes suggesting stuff, like they wanted the Sprinto bot, but in general, it doesn't really seem like too many people use it, and I don't like using it, so I'm thinking of getting rid of the Sprinto bot thing soon. The server is small enough that you have some time before you need to worry about a lot of bots. That's good, that's good. Again, I'm not too worried about, like, I'm not saying, like, I need 1,000 raccoons tomorrow. I want to be a big streamer. No. This is already bigger than I thought I would ever get. But I definitely want to, knowing that we might continue growing, I want to definitely, like, as soon as I can, start laying a stronger foundation for things. Like realizing, like, oh, okay, no, I'm going to say no to essays. I'm going to start saying no to poems. I'm going to start implementing these rules. I'm going to start setting these kind of things up. Like, I'm trying to be a smart cryptid about it, but man, having brain cells is hard. The reading community is generally pretty healthy. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that. I'm so grateful for my streaming that I kind of started here. What a great place to, like, start learning and get all the positive feedback and advice from. I was so ready when I started streaming that the first few people would just be trolls. That would be a lot of mean people. And everyone here, besides just for bots, everyone here's been, like, fucking amazing. I couldn't have asked for a better place to start streaming. Could potentially be an issue is trauma dumping. Drama. Dumping situations. I almost said trauma llama. I tend to do this. It was for an economy system. Oh, wait, there's an economy system where you could use things for, like, roots coins? Like, we could make up an economy for the roots coins? Because I really wanted to do that. I was thinking of just having a section where I manually keep track of like users. Sorry, hold on. Where I manually keep track of like user 1 and user 2 and user 3, and I'd be like, they have 3 roots coins, and someone else has like negative 1 billion coins, etc., etc. Someone else has like 10. You know, like I was just gonna manually keep track of it. But is there like an actual economy system we could set up on Discord? I was in a server where the admin treated as his personal vent server? Oh, I understand, but it was a bit much. I definitely get that. I definitely want this to be more of like a positive hang out and chill vibe. I don't want it to be too drama llama-y. That sounds horrible. Yeah, you may want to set up some kind of tiered redemption and then allow for like 1 premium tiered review and 2 regular reviews? 2 regular reviews. Do you mean like the oh man, if you're talking about like a full edit or something, I wasn't gonna do that. I just thought like having like little funny silly things to like build up community and stuff. Like I was gonna let somebody get enough coins and maybe they would like change the music. Also to reward your higher contributors, donors and stuff. Oh, that's a good point too though. If you sub and you sub like frequently, then yeah, you probably would want a cool reward. What's I've been meaning to ask. I was trying to figure out cool things to use the root coins for. See, it's been on here for the last few days. I was thinking like changing music, doing some fun things. Maybe when I figure out toggles for my model, letting them change toggles. But what's some kind of stuff that people would like to use roots coins for if I do that as a currency? What kind of things would be like a fun thing? You know what I mean? Let me know in the chat. I want to see what you guys want. Oh, those root coins are something that regulars will just end up getting a ton of. Yeah. It was gonna be a thing that I like distribute in the Discord. Like it would be something I keep track of the Discord, and I'll like say something like, "Oh, somebody did this really really cool thing. Okay, you get a roots coin." So it's gonna be like something that like you had to wait for Cryptid or Commander Roots to give you, or like someone does something silly, and I'm like, -3 roots coins for you. She has a trauma avoidance thing going on that's even in Barry stories. Oh wow, so you're definitely figuring out more about the character. Best things would be stuff that you are reluctant but willing to eventually do. Like some push-ups or hot pepper or something. Oh dear god, no. I never want to do that kind of stuff. You know, some VTubers have like outfit changes for channel points. Oh, okay, so you guys are talking about like the channel points. Okay. That can be a fun thing. I don't mind like little things like interacting with the model and changing out like the outfits or the hair or something. That can be a fun thing. Maybe even changing what shade of blue I am. Something silly like that, right? But geez, I don't think I do something crazy like interrupting the stream besides for my ADHD rambles. I'll just like do push-ups or to like cry over hot peppers or something. Text-to-speech is something you can redeem. Yeah, we already have that. You guys cannot look down. That's not for the coins though. That's it's something like I think we have it at like 50 cents or 25 cents. Something like that. Like it reads your text out loud. Like it reads your text out when higher donations are given. Okay. Yeah, so we do. Oh, hi. Is it two-thirds Lotus? There we go. I was like Lotus, and I'm like, oh, we know it's Lotus. That's what I get for not reading my glasses. Welcome on in. So sorry. Yeah, we're actually gonna be reading stories in a hot second here. We're gonna finish, maybe not finish, but we're gonna read a bit more of chapter 6 today. From what? You can see there the username right there in the top corner. Let's see if I can click on it. And then we're gonna do feedback and critique. I just went on a little bit of an ADHD ramble. Hi, Deathhead. Look, have a wonderful stream, friend. Thank you so much, Charlie. Have a wonderful night. But yeah, I think we have the text-to-speech, right? I think you guys go. No one has to do it. I'm not saying you guys have to like send over money or send over bits or something. I'm just saying I think we have it enabled. Some kind of projection system. If someone has an idea when you may be reading their work, it can help them plan. Some kind of projection system. That sounds fancy. You left off towards the end of the second battle. Okay. I'll go further towards the end then. Popcorn 8, you're satisfied you're back. Hi, Kunst, welcome on back. What kind of projection system? So if someone has an idea when I'm reading their work, it can help them plan. What kind of projection system? Have you guys seen that before? Is that something in particular you guys do? That would be really helpful, right? Something for them to write down things or change things? Is that what you're saying? What kind of projection system? It is 100% teasing with Maddie to space self at some point. Let's see here. So we've just finished the fight scene. What was correct? I'll let you guys write in chat while I start reading here. That way poor What actually gets some feedback. Like if you have 8 works in queue, you'd be planned to review their work. Maybe not this session, but probably 2 sessions from now. I think the only issue, I did try, maybe nobody here in chat remembers it. I tried it for one day before stream started where I went through queue in Discord. Like adding people and asking like, oh, hey, are you going to be in stream today? Like you're up in queue. Do you want to have your story read? And I was trying to figure it out. And it was just like so awkward and so uncomfy. And then like, oh my God. And then again, like most of it was kind of like here where like nobody really responded back at first. I was trying to set it up that way it would be faster to go through queue of like people showing up and be like, oh, I can be read today. Like, let's go. I don't like reading someone's submission without them here in chat because I think the back and forth is helpful, being able to ask each other questions. It's not, I feel like I could get through the queue faster if sometimes people showed up, but you can't always make people showed up, right? Like that's not, that's not fair. Hi Lorenzo, it's good to see you. Your average, you'll get it to by 6 days from today. Like if you have 8 works in queue, you'd be planned to work, but probably 2 sessions from now. I was having longer streams before. It's just because I've been feeling bad and real life stuff happened. One time I streamed for 7 hours. That was crazy. On a scale of cryptacular to cryptastic, how was this stream? 100% cryptid. No roots in sight. One idea. Every day make a new post in the story channel saying tag this comment if you're here. And you can see who responded at any given point. You doing some sleuthing right now? What you sleuthing into, Lorenzo? Yeah, but I think people would be more inclined to show up if they had a general idea when they were going to be read. That's a good point. So maybe, yeah, with the system, if they don't show up by, say, 3 attempts, then remove it from the backlog. I'm trying to let people have, like, a month or 2 to be in the backlog. Because I know real life stuff happens, right? I'm not like, oh no, you didn't show up for a few streams, you had real life stuff happen? Get out of here. It doesn't hurt anybody just to have them waiting there for a month in queue. It doesn't hurt me. The records of a man I knew who was charged with animal neglect to put him behind bars? Oh geez, that's crazy. So you're looking into his records? That's wild. Like having a general idea of when we're being read. I've never submitted because there's no guarantee it wouldn't be 2 weeks of phone tag. Putting your criminal justice degree to work. Yeah. And that's one of the things too, that's why I always say like it might be a while. It's normally a couple of days. Generally, as long as the person sometimes shows up occasionally on stream, even it's even not from the beginning of the stream all the way to the end, but just occasionally shows up, it's normally just a few days and then you'll be read. Thank you for the feedback. You have to run. Good night all. Bye, Hyde and Heart, and hey, we hope we get to read more of yours soon in the future. Goodbye. Don't plan to let people know the reader's intent. Anything, it would take the load off the streamer. Think of it like an agent. It's so fancy. I never planned to have this many raccoons already, so it's been a learning curve. But that's what I always say. I'm never gonna do anything perfectly, but I am going to do my best though. So that is the thing I'm thinking of having a Discord mod soon, and I'll figure out what a Discord mod should do, and ways to do that. From your own experience, I do the same, but with poetry on stream. It's best to just go with the flow and see who's in chat. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing. But some people are getting really tired and they're waiting a while. Let's just go with the flow. Getting too structured with it gets tricky. Anyway, those are my 2 cents from a project manager with ADHD. You're more professional than I am then, so hey. Discord mod job 1. Delete spam bots. There will be spam bots eventually? Oh no, that sounds scary. May not be an issue today, but it's likely to catch up with you eventually. Eh? That sounds so ominous. Oh no, it's like cooties. It's cooties in my Discord. Oh my god. But yeah, thank you guys for all the feedback. Thank you guys for letting me know. It's nice to be able to like come on here, like ask questions like, oh yeah, like hey, what do? I'm new to the Discord. I'm just a blue cryptid. What do Discord mods do? We'll kill spam bots. Yeah, I really like that rule acceptance one, because sometimes people I feel like maybe aren't always checking the rules. It's still been a fine community and everything, but I just feel like, I wonder if you guys actually read the rules. Since you're an affiliate, you can the submissions to point redeems. That way you can control and limit submissions to your pace. I could, but also sometimes brand new people show up, you know? And I never want to like gatekeep like, oh yeah, you had to already be following me and like some people are lurkers. They're like never in the chat, but they might be like hanging out for a bit. I never want to discourage lurkers or something like that from being able to submit, or new people from being able to submit. KO points instead of waiting on a queue, then when they erase and redeem, it's almost instant. Yes, Cryptid, yes. First redeem free, still consider it. I try to. Am I being silly sometimes? Possibly. I'll fully admit that. Maybe sometimes I'm even being like overly worried about like trying to cater to everyone. And I can admit that. I might have to make changes in the future, but at least for now I'm trying to be like very willing and accepting to have like anybody new who just stumbles in be able to submit their works, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's kind of like what a community does, and that's what this is, right? It's not just me being here like, I'm a blue streamer, give me points and bits, and give me attention and love and praise and follows. You guys never have to do more interact. This is a writing group. It's a critique group. And most in real life critique or writing groups are just like, yeah, show up when you can and get writing critique, get feedback. And it's kind of, I'm trying to be chill about it. I'm trying to be really welcoming to new people. That happened to a Madden League I was in. A guy got in trouble for constantly rage quitting and invited spam bots to get back at the commissioners. Oh, that's harsh. That's bad. Yeah. So there will be over time changes to stuff as I learn new things like this, like the having that bot that makes people accept and read the rules first to avoid the spam bots. Having stuff like that. I'll be learning new things from you guys, and I'll slowly be implementing them. But I'm still learning. We'll all figure it out together. As a new person, I didn't feel that way, like you were making it intentionally easier, because you said it would have been several streams before I came up. Yeah, it's just the pacing, especially with the ADHD. Yes, Cryptid worship you, love you, throw bits at you. Suddenly have hypnotoad eyes. Yes, mistress. We had someone like that at the Magic the Gathering shop I used to play at. Oh, yeah. It's even a joke if he would rage quit and sell his collection again on every given week. I mean, better than in real life critique groups. In real life groups, you usually have this quid pro quo thing going on. Yeah. And that's kind of like just the nature of streaming on Twitch, right? Like some people have asked like, oh, where's your writing and stuff, Cryptid? And I'm like, oh, well, it's during November. You guys can see my writing then. But I don't leave it like available on chat for anyone to copy and paste. just in case, just as a safety thing. But yeah, it's mostly, I might start doing my writing stuff again here, but it's not like a requirement that you guys have to critique me. It'll just be like, you know, the accountability of, oh yeah, see, I'm a writer too, I do my own stuff. Just information in case you didn't see it. What is a blue bot? It's a joke some people in chat started because I'm blue. A lot of people started, one of the first noticeable things about my model, which is just a basic Suica model. It's a customizable one. Lots of people have this model because it's really pretty. The basic of it is, for anyone who hasn't seen the basic Suica model, there we go. This is what the model looks like, see? But then I customized it. That's not it. What was it? 0? 1? 2? Wait, hold on. Ah, don't look at me! There we go. Not bad. One of the big things about it was that I'm blue. Cryptid is blue. The Cryptid persona is blue. Um, but it's a booba model because it has the jiggle physics. If you guys care about the boobas, the boobies, as they're more commonly called, right? They have jiggle physics, so it's a booba model. But I'm blue, and that's one of the defining characteristics that not a lot of other people are, or a lot of VTubers are. So I'm a blooba. It's blue boobas. It's blue boobies. What's the model's name again for research? It's here, I'll write it down real quick. Hold on. And then we're gonna read what, because what's been very patient while we do this. It's Suika model. And if you guys followed with Penny, who I did some collab streams with, Penny the VTube, their model, when they had the girl model too, they switched to a guy model recently. I think the guy model is still the Suika model. Their model's the same, and you can look at our models side by side. They look completely different just because of how customizable they are. It's a really cool model that they did. It's about $100 and a couple dollars, so it's definitely like better than spending the thousands of dollars on a custom model right off the bat. But yeah, that's the Suika model. Okay, I'm focusing. Cursed image of the original model. The bluebies. Okay, so Ren has finished this fight with Lycos. Ren slammed the door shut. He tortured Lycos throughout the night until his heart finally gave out. And I remember commenting on that one like, oh yeah, it should be more show versus tell. Rather than just telling us he tortured Lycos, maybe we could actually have the scene of the torture. It looks like you can set up rules now internally with Discord. You also need to focus. Post the link in your Discord. Rules internally. I have, there's a rules section. Is that what you mean? There's the rules are the rules. But I'm thinking you mean, something different. Yeah, if you post the link, I'll check it out. Or rather, I'll have Roots check it out. That's the good part of having Roots. That's the good part of having the younger sibling. Ren's body felt numb. He was reaching his limits. He lifted his shirt to see that the wound on his side was bigger than before, and he was losing a lot of blood. He slowly climbed onto Saros. That one's a little funny. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think he means his horse. To Camp Saros. To camp, Ren mumbled. Was the horse named Saros? Okay, yeah, okay. Slowly climbed onto Saros, the horse. So get rid of the two here. Late night mistype. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. That's why it's nice having, people read this and look at it. Sometimes we can find those little mistypes, typos, and errors and stuff that we otherwise miss. So it's to camp, maybe comma Saros, to camp, to clarify that it's the horse's name is Saros. Yeah. Isn't it so nice? Echoes. We did. Well, I didn't do shit. Roots did it. It's the exclamation mark Discord. And now it pulls up the Discord link. They did it. I feel so fancy. I'm like a real streamer now to have the exclamation mark Discord thingamajig. Oh my god. Because everyone else had that. Roots finally got that up and working for us a while ago. I'm so excited. While Saros carried Ren back to the Iron Helm camp, things in Eldoria were far from okay. 20 fucking years of nothing, Alora yelled as she threw a candle holder across the room. If you can at some point, maybe separate the general chat with the welcoming meeting. When people show up and people wave, it can gum up the general chat section. Oh, really? Is that like most people don't like that? I didn't know. Thank you for the feedback. So 20 years of 20 fucking years of nothing, Alora yelled as she threw a candle holder across the room. He sleeps with Ilya once and she becomes pregnant. Maybe she gets pregnant? If she's like yelling and stuff? Sleeps with Ilya once and she gets pregnant. Maybe like that's like, is that the kind of way you say it when you're like yelling? Yes, you'd rename the chatting section to welcome and add a new tab for general chat. If I would have gotten pregnant by another man, that spineless worm would have me arrested. Oh, who's she talking about? Also, one of the bots can have custom welcome message. Oh. But I mean, like, would someone just want a bot to do the welcome message? Isn't it nice? I think, like, if I was a new person to actually have, like, the person in charge of it do a little welcome. I thought that was a nice thing. Thank you for being so patient with us and our ideas. No, thank you guys for having ideas. Again, like I said, I'm not the best at Discord, and I'm still new to Twitch and streaming in general. So there's a lot of stuff here that I don't have a comparison reference to. I don't know what other people are doing yet. But you guys are. You guys have been on the internet. You guys have been in other Discord servers. You kind of know what the vibe is. So it's good to hear you guys' feedback and stuff. I posted in writing website app Miro. I describe how it can be helpful. If you'd like, you take a look sometime. It's a digital whiteboard with other tools. Oh. Would that be a fun thing to do streams with? If it's like a whiteboard, I can just like write and doodle things. Oh. I commands? Oh, I don't know if you have more commands. You're active on only 3 servers. Castle's mine and yours. Yeah, see. Other command night commands would be I followage, time zone, most commonly asked questions such as how do I submit work, etc. Oh. Look how I used it for storyboarding example. Okay. So other Nightbot commands would be what does the followage do? Is that just follow? Isn't it just easy to follow? Isn't it just a button? I follow a couple people. But I do like the idea for the time zone most commonly asked questions. Okay. I don't know what followage does, though. My love, is everything okay? Caldor asked as he slowly opened the bedroom door. No, Caldor, everything is not alright. We've ruled this kingdom for 13 years and been together for 20. And in all those years, we never had an official heir, Caldor, Allure said, frustrated. We can keep trying. It will happen, Mai. Growing even more frustrated, Allure threw a silver plate at Caldor, just narrowly missing him. You know that you were just meant to be Ren's regent. That was the old man's visioned for you, Allure said. Weather? Tell us the current weather? Is that important? Why do people need the weather one? These are standard Nightbot commands that we set up? Really? Oh. I don't know. Oh, tells user how long they've been following your stream. Like I've been following for a week or 2. Oh, that's interesting. That's like a fun thing? People keep track of that? Huh, humans are so funny. I don't even know what I did yesterday other than like be in pain. Why other people do this? Oh. Cloudy with a chance of trash. Oh, wait, could it be custom weather like that? Does it have to be the real weather, or could we have funny weather bits like that, like welcome to Night Vale weather? Like, oh yeah, it could be raining eyeballs later today. The Fresno Nightcrawler says there's a chance of fog and missing your loved ones into the mist. Can we do custom weather? You can make a preset command? Okay. I don't know what preset commands are, but I guess I can make them. Or you can code one without much trouble. Okay. Raining eyeballs. So we pull randomly. So we can have custom spooky weather. If you open your mouth. Eyeball leader. Oh my god. Wait, that would actually be super fucking cool. To have like custom weather. You guys all want to eat eyeballs? You guys are all messed up raccoons. Oh my god. Could we have like a raccoon health stat one? Like someone types in like a command and it randomly generates like a diagnosis for the raccoon sona. Like rabid or feral or well groomed or stuck in a trash can lid, something like that. Like just a different status update for their raccoon. There's stuff like dad joke. but it's on a bot called SiriBot. Nightbot is the oldest of the Twitch bots. Oh man, so we just got this and I felt like all fancy and tech savvy, but it's the oldest one? Jeez. Your diagnosis is back hurts. Put your eyeballs into my mouth. Mr. Cryptid demands it. If no Keem still behaves. Nom 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 nom. I bet biting into an eyeball would actually be really fun. As long as it's like a fresh one. Like a rotten one, I feel we were like bleh. But like a fresh eyeball, I feel like that would actually be pleasant. See, I'm not looking moderate or anything, but I'm happy to help set up. Oh, thank you, Echoes. That's really helpful. It's really kind of you. Maybe when Roots is awake tomorrow, I'll like poke them and be like, hey, there's all these cool things we could do on Twitch apparently. Echoes offered to tell you what they are. Oh my god. So that'll be a cool thing to set up. I'm excited by that. I think having like spookier versions of them will be cool. So that was the old man's vision for you, Allure said. Regent? Caldor questioned with a confused look on his face. Allure let out a small chuckle. I found one of his journals shortly after he died. His grand plan for Ren was to follow an idea that King Rendalis the First had, which was to turn Eldoria into an empire. Father even gave Ren a letter to dispose you as king. Again, they're giving reasons sometimes for the lore, but I'm not quite sure I follow it. Science class, I know a guy that ate a formaldehyde preserved sheep eye. Yuck. Well. Someone's a Skeletor fan? Oh, is that where that's from? It was for Ren was to follow an idea that King Rendalis the First had. So the dead king, Ren's grandpa, wanted to turn Eldoria into an empire, and for that he made his the single grandson he had, Ren, when he was a baby at 5 or 6, go join the Grim Wardens, which has a high mortality rate, so he was risking losing the singular heir, just so he would be a super strong fighter, supernatural fighter. And I'm like, how does that actually help with ruling the kingdom, though? How does that help build an empire? Okay, no, you don't have it set up yet? The rules gateway in? Okay. Young Justice, I'm a little too young to fully know the man lore. No, He-Man lore. Okay, I thought the man lore, and I'm like, oh, wait, there's man lore? He-Man lore. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely, like, lore happening here, but I'm not understanding the logic for the logic they're giving yet. Caldor stood in silence as he tried to process the information that he just heard. Don't think too hard, Caldor. You might hurt yourself. Our great King Rendalis got close with a group of Eliani wardens. What they managed to accomplish on the battlefield inspired him in his older years. He thought if a prince became a warden and then took the throne, he would be a king that couldn't be poisoned, and he would be strong enough to conquer Celeria. Allure said as she sat and watched Caldor's face grow pale. That seems like a lot just to be poison-proof. Oh my goodness. Man lore never makes sense to me. Never watched the Netflix Monkey stuff. Oh, okay. But he's also a Netflix show from 2 years ago. Human lore's all over the place, but unfortunately, I'm a super fan. Don't judge me. Now I think about it, I haven't used your Netflix in a minute. Huh. I'm really liking the... Is it Dropout? Dropout has a thingamajig. Subscription, and has like the Game Changer and all the Dimension 20 stuff and all the different cool things. I got that subscription recently. I'm learning about human subscriptions. I like that one. That one's neat. If you guys like watching D&D, like funny little shows. Let's see. So if the thing was just making him a stronger fighter, that doesn't necessarily make him a better ruler. And if he couldn't be poisoned, I wonder if there could have been a simpler way as a reader. I'm like thinking of it like, could Could King Rendalis just have made a deal with the Grim Wardens, like, hey, make me poison resistant, give me poison training, that kind of stuff, rather than go through all the riskiness of just being a Grim Warden? Because it's some brutal stuff that baby Ren went through, right? There's a new movie this year. It looks good. Could be your on-ramp if anyone wants some fun this summer. Oh, for He-Man? This is true, Allura. Then why hasn't Ren taken the throne? Thank you for the follow, and hey, welcome to Cryptid Cult. I hope you like hanging out with us here. Kaldor asked. He burned the letter. My father, brilliant as he was, failed to predict the actions of a child that he scorned. Why do you think he married us? It wasn't because of how much the people loved you or your accomplishments on the battlefield. No, simply because I had the knowledge to run this kingdom, and you had the skills to defend it. That was his plan for us. Keep Eldoria stable enough for Ran to take over with minimal problems. You are nothing more than a pawn to begin with, Kaldor, Allura viciously said. Now I'm over here, and earlier we had Allura. Allura's like sharing her man with her sister, and now she's being very vicious. I'm wondering if you saw that viciousness earlier. This feels a little sudden. Enough, woman! Your infertility has made you bitter enough to conjure lies about your father. I spent years working aside my father and yours to know that if Elric had these plans, he would have sent your brother to Blackrock years ago. No, instead he watched as his oldest son slowly died of the same illness that took your mother. Bet you didn't know that, Allura, Kaldor said furiously. You asshole, you fucking asshole. I should have you killed for speaking about my mother, Allura threatened as she threw several objects at Kaldor. Kaldor left their bedroom, slamming the door behind him. The queen isn't feeling well today. Ensure that she stays in the room, he said to the two King's Guard who stood watch outside the door. Kaldor's mind wondered what if she was right. Why did Elric name him successor? Yeah, dude, I've been wondering the same thing. Did he go too far with Allura? He walked through the halls muttering to himself before stumbling upon Ilya in the courtyard, amongst the roses reading. He gazed upon her, wishing his life carried the same amount of peace that she had in that moment. Oh, Kaldor, I didn't know you were here. Has there been any news of Ren yet? She asked, closing the book. Count blah 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 blah. I can't speak today. Hi, country girl, welcome on in. Yeah, but Eric's becomes a king after the clan falls apart. And what he accomplishes inspires King Rendalis I. Who's Eric's? Wait. After the clan falls, what he accomplishes inspires King Rendalis I. Okay, yeah, I got that King Rendalis I was inspired. But, like, even when you're inspired, it feels like you could think of this a little bit more logically, right? Why would you have your singular male heir, the only one you got at 5, going to the Grim Wardens, going to this to become a Grim Warden, which has a very high fatality rate, just for the poison proving, and to be a good fighter, when you could just train him to be a good fighter, which he already was at 5 to 6 years old, and then just work on making him poison immune. Right? Or try and hire or bribe the Grim Wardens, because they're kind of mercenaries, they can be bribed with stuff. And to teach you, like, oh yeah, give me some stuff, here, give me some potions that will help make my kid poison resistant, like you guys. Like, it just seems like, wait, this is a really roundabout way to accomplish 2 very small minor goals. Like, this feels like, what? That's why sometimes I question these characters' motivations. Sometimes they don't always, like, hold up a little bit to me. I'm like, wait, what was this character actually doing? This doesn't make sense. That's one of the big things here. There's a lot of lore, which is really, really cool, but sometimes I'm like, wait, does the lore actually hold up? So, has there been any news of Ren yet? She asked, closing the book. Nothing as of yet. That book you're reading, is it good? Kaldor nervously inquired. Ilya giggled. How mad is she at you this time? Very, I think I've really done it this time. We argued and I had her confined to the room, Kaldor said. Kaldor, it should have never gone that far. That's her fault, not mine. I only tried to comfort her before she snapped like a mad dog, he interrupted. Why must I always bring peace to you two? Ilya mumbled as she left the courtyard. Love you, Kaldor said loudly. Okay, so Ilya is sharing this guy with her sister. She's sharing Kaldor with her sister. Between the two of them, they only have the one kid, Ren. The prequel warden, Elric, was a little bit senile in his older years, so his plan isn't perfect. Okay, so his plan wasn't perfect. But it wasn't just him, it's him and the first King Rendalis also had this idea. King Rendalis the First. And all the other wardens, whatever friend that was the friend of Ren's grandfather here, agreed to do this. It seems like there's a lot of people agreeing to do this, and no one's like questioning, like, hey, why do you want the singular male heir, the only one you guys got to the whole kingdom, to be like, yeah, put him into the Grim Warden stuff. He has a 5% chance of surviving, but that's fine. If he does survive, he'll be poison proof. I'm like, wait a second. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sometimes confused by multiple characters' logic for doing stuff. Sometimes it feels like the characters are just going scene to scene or doing stuff because the plot needs them to be that way, rather than it making sense that the character's acting that way. That's sometimes I get a little bit lost in their motivations. Like even Ilya and Alora, I'm not quite sure why they're both sharing Kaldor, when in their particular kingdom the polyamory isn't allowed. It's not like legalized in their kingdom, where in other kingdoms it is. So it's like, why would they do that, and why is nobody questioning why one of the sisters isn't with a man and not producing more heirs? Even I'm just, I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just a lot of I don't know. Lots of I don't knows. But let's see now. So that's my initial feedback. I'm like, hey, sometimes these characters' motivations don't always hold up. Maybe we need to look stronger into their motivations and backstories. But as far as the actual piece we read, we finished up Ren, the fight scene, and he's gonna go back to Ironhelm Camp. And we switched scenes to Alora, Ilya, and Kaldor. So we switched characters. We're on another section here. I'm wondering, spacing-wise, if maybe this should have been earlier, back when Ren was still there. Does she need to be loved? Yeah, so... And again, characters can have multiple motivations. Characters can't even be contradictory. Sometimes characters do stupid shit, not gonna lie. That's totally valid. Based on their personalities and stuff. It's just sometimes I get a little confused because it feels like everybody I'm a little bit confused by. I'm even confused sometimes by the kingdom not saying more shit or being more uppity about there not being another heir. And that apparently Kaldor's fine being in charge without an heir all these years. And also he's just a general knight who is king. He's in charge, rather than one of the actual, someone more politically important. So sometimes I just get a little confused. I know it gives the logic for that of, oh yeah, he's just supposed to hold it until Ren could take over. But really, how would that work? I mean, what if Kaldor was like, actually, no, I still want to be king, and then he killed Ren? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't... There's some missing steps here. There's some missing steps. Yeah, so that's the feedback. That's not saying that, again, I know this is your first pass at it. You're still actively working on these chapters. This can be stuff that gets fixed. Draft 2, 3, 4, 5, like, insert whatever. Lord knows. You think I have perfect characters for some of my earlier drafts? Some of my characters still aren't perfect characters, and I'm on draft like 7 and 8 over here. Okay, like it's not like a critique like, oh, why aren't you doing this? Like, it's like it's I'm trying to point out some of the hard stuff, right? So I think going forward, keep that in mind, either with this story or with other stories you're working on. That's just something to be like, oh yeah, I need to really think of character motivations and what they would do. You haven't gotten to the solo chapter that focuses on them? Oh, for Kaldor and Ilya and Alora. So I always think Ilya and Alora, I get those two names mixed up, they're still a little similar. So you haven't gotten the solo chapter that focuses on them. Okay, that's fine. I'm wondering, just as a general idea, you don't have to do it. This is like an edit to do later when the entire piece is done. Then we can talk about rearranging stuff. But just as a general idea, I'm wondering like, oh, this scene, since it's a little bit misplaced from Ren's scene, I'm wondering like, could this be done while Ren was still at the castle with them, just behind closed doors? You know, that way when Ren's at that castle, there was then more stuff happening, then we the readers see this fight happening and Ren's unaware of it. And it could have added some more drama to that scene and would have made sense maybe closer to when he was actually at the castle. Or rather than taking the readers from, oh yeah, here we are from the fight scene, now we're gonna shift to everyone back at the castle even though Ren's not there. That's why I'm like, is that something you have to do now? Absolutely not. I strongly recommend not doing big edits like that while you're still writing the story. Definitely finish the draft first, right? But this is an idea for later on down the road. I'm like, maybe this scene could be moved around a little bit to have that bigger oomph. But otherwise, I think that's my critique for this, is think about character motivations, making them clear, making them logical. Or if there is something that maybe I'm just not quite clicking with, and that's absolutely could be a thing. There could be stuff I'm missing here, full disclosure. But then in that case, maybe making it a bit more clear. And later on, being willing to move some stuff around. This scene could be really, really cool when Ren's still at the castle. And then there would be this tension between Alora, Ilya, and Caldor, but Ren's still there, and Ren would be unaware of this tension. Alora and Caldor have been slowly falling apart, and she has secret plans to dethrone him. But yeah, I was saying earlier, like, when we first saw them in the previous chapters, they were portrayed a different way, so this almost seems like it's coming out, or it seems almost like Alora has changed, like her character's changed. Because before she wasn't acting like this, to the readers. That's why I'm like, maybe this scene could be moved earlier in those chapters, so that way right when we, at least in the same chapter, so that we're introduced to Alora, we get this side of her. And then that would fully flesh her out more. It wouldn't feel like a sudden change. It would all be part of that initial chapter of the reader seeing her. But yeah, she has secret plans to dethrone him. Oh no, that's gonna cause some stuff later. That's gonna be spooky. What's Ren gonna do about that, right? Lots of cool plot things happening. If Alora decides to get rid of Caldor, right? Cause all this family drama between her and Ilya and Ren about like, oh, Caldor's gone now. Like, who's gonna be in charge? Maybe even Ren will want to come back. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what all the characters do, definitely. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm excited to see what your plot for the story is. But just know, maybe for far in the future, when this is entirely done, and you're working on draft 2, 3, 4 of the story, that there might have to be some changes for the characters to make them a little bit more logically in line with what they want and their values. I had this part planned to be the start of her plot. Okay. Very, very cool. So yeah, that's my critique so far. I can already see here off on the side, you're already starting on chapter 7. That's really, really cool. So I'm glad we got to finish up chapter 6 today. We got to catch up with the story a little bit, see where you are. Hopefully that wasn't anything too harsh. I'm sorry if it was with the characters. The weave screen. Okay, hold on. Thank you so much, for submitting. That one was actually... Sometimes I point out some similar things to you, like, oh yeah, I keep working on these same things sometimes, and sometimes I felt bad about that. This one actually felt different. I felt like there were some new things I was pointing out to you that to really make the story a bit stronger. And they weren't necessarily even like writing things, they were overall things for this specific story. So that was nice that I'm able to point out some new things to actually help you rather than almost sounding like a broken record. I feel bad when sometimes my advice is the same thing between chapters. I'm like, oh, what did I actually say that could help this time that's different than last time? It's halfway done, just been procrastinating, planning the fight scene. Yeah, hey, totally get it. Like I said, real life stuff happened over here in the Cryptid family, and I took a few days off for that, and then my cycle happened, and I've been feeling sick. So I definitely had to take a few days back from Three Little Witches. There's never a rush. You guys never have to be like, oh no, I didn't do it on time. Cryptid's gonna be so mad. Cryptid's gonna beat me up. Cryptid's gonna take all my trash cans away. Oh no. It's never gonna be like that. This is just a fun place where we can all get better, realize some of the things we can improve on, realize things that we can do better for our next stories or this story. But my brain is like, I wonder how far Blooba is in my story. Yeah, right. You gotta be patient. It takes a while. But you think you heard a cryptid crying next to your house last night? Oh, which cryptid was it? It wasn't a me cryptid, was it? Oh. But yeah, this is the wee screen. Boop. What was I saying? I'm thinking in the future, just to kind of break things up, I'm worried some people are kind of getting bored with just story submissions, even as we still have raccoons waiting and like waiting very patiently for story submissions. It was a weird whining noise, kind of like a cat's cry, but not quite, and then it ran away. Could have been a possum. Could have also been a coyote. And writing Vamp in order in the meantime instead of finishing chapter. So whatever makes your brain happy, you know? Whatever story your brain needs to get out, that's what it needed to get out. What was I saying? Yeah, possums are endemic here. Oh. But I'm thinking in the future, and it's not like a hard thing. It's not like you guys are gonna immediately see it next stream. I just don't know yet. I'm thinking of trying to have still doing the critique streams, the writing critique circle every stream for the next little while. But for this month, I might try a thing where I do some of my own writing for the beginning. So like I start off, maybe we have like 10 or 15 minutes where it's just, you know, me writing about whatever, doing shitty rough drafts. Again, I really like November and having that freedom just to do a shitty rough draft and not really care about stuff. And it was just kind of really fun to get that creative juices going again, to just do stuff like this, like, oh yeah, my main character bitch has no name yet, here's the intro, here's some of the ideas for the world, here's some of this stuff, right? Like, it was just a fun little draft the rough. Just have something else that just a little bit of writing for like 10-15 minutes, and then we start the critique circle. I thought would be a little fun. But if no one's interested in that, if people aren't tuning in for that, then that's fine too. I'll just do it off stream, like I've been doing. But that's the idea I have. I think it would be fun to start doing some writing on stream again. Californians, they were brought during the Depression by Arkansans and other Dust Bowl refugees. Oh, segments, nice, good idea. What segments? Oh, you mean like the way I do my shitty rough drafts? Yeah. Maybe part your writing, then critiquing. Then maybe fun battles or creative exercises we could do together. That's one of the things too. Sometimes I worry that not enough people would participate if I did battles or creative exercises. And then sometimes when people brought up battles or doing creative things together, it's like, but I could be doing that to catch up on the queue. The queue for critique. So I want to find things to do like quickly. Yeah, I don't know, for battles. Like rap battle, please no. Please no, I'd lose every time. People would clip me at my worst and most cringe. It's Arkansas, not Arkansas, but it was the people from Arkansas. So he's Californian, as in someone from California. They were brought during the Depression by Arkansans. People from Arkansas. Arkansans? It's illegal to mispronounce Arkansas and Arkansas? Yeah, but the people from there are Fuck, I need to see the word again. Arkansans? Arkansans? Close Cryptid doing Cryptid things. No! No, I must hide! You mean our Kansases? Oh. Did I ever tell you about the time my girlfriend left me because I was insecure? Turns out she was just getting the mail. What? I don't understand at all. What? You could just rattle keys to keep everyone's attention? I don't know. What a community game nights? I think that's the struggle, right? That's why I was gaming here occasionally, right? And I actually stopped streaming all the gaming content. You guys notice I just appear in Penny's or the other person's stream. I don't actually stream the gaming on my stream anymore. One, sometimes there's tech issues and I don't like that. Two, I didn't have the raccoons. Not a lot of raccoons would show up. It's just not something that most of you guys here like, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can still game it. I can still do collabs, but I just won't stream it, right? Or I was even thinking of just doing recordings of gameplay and putting that up on the YouTube channel, but not doing it on stream. So there's things too of like realizing like, yeah, just because 1 or 2 people ask for it, I'm open to gaming with YouTube. The problem is that no one fucking tunes in. Like a few people do, not to discredit my raccoons. But like if I can get on some good stream nights between 20 to 30 active viewers, and then I game, and then I have 4 viewers. It's just not, it's not the same. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not the same thing. Take polls and put them on Discord, it will give you a bigger sense. I can also just look at the numbers. If I can get 20 to 30 viewers generally from doing critique circles, and then I can get 4 to 5 people sometimes being semi-active for game nights. It's just not the same. It's not the same, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And I've tried that on and off for a little while, and that's just the thing. It didn't really depend what game I was doing. It was whatever type of game, even during collabs and stuff. That was just kind of the turnout. You're just happy to have any number. Yeah, see, that's... But, what was I saying? So that's one of the things, too. I kind of adjust. Even if it's, like, for a few people like it, it's definitely trying to realize, like, okay, what's the community vibe? Because this is definitely a community type thing, right? It's a community thing and it's a my thing. So it has to be something I like to do and it has to be something the community likes to do. So I generally, currently am not... If you guys ask, like, what pivots I do each month, because I mentioned I pivot a little bit each month. I take the feedback and I pivot. Numbers don't matter to me as much as quality. I'm down to game as well. I think probably the issue is I'm not a very great gamer too, so I think people like hearing my critiques. You guys value that for some reason, but not everyone likes my gaming, so I'm a mediocre player at best. I'm down to play as well, just depends on the game. I'm console only at the moment. yeah, but what was I saying? One of the pivots for last month was, okay, I'll do gaming, but I'll only do it on other people's channels, and that seemed to work really well. This month I'll continue. There's not going to be much gaming on this channel. It's just going to be reading and writing category stuff. And then any gaming I do will be collabs with other people, or gameplay I do myself, but that I might add to YouTube. It'll be YouTube stuff. Cryptid, if you watch me game, you'll see I suck. 2, I was genuinely cussing last time I gamed. Oh my god. So you read anything new besides people's work? For me, for personal, no, you guys see my free time. All my free time is here on stream with you guys. Oh my god. Even for Chatty Maddie's work, right? I'm reading that actually like while the embroidery machines are going. So I'll like restart the machine and then I'm over there and I'm reading it. I'll restart the machine, I'll read a little bit more. Like, you guys are seeing my free time here. I haven't even had enough time to read my A3 fix the last few nights, mostly because I've been feeling sick, but still. So no, I have not read anything new. I haven't had the time. Man, having free time again sounds nice. As soon as I'm feeling better again, and my have blood again, that'll be really nice when I have blood again. I'm not feeling as weak. Then I had to start seeing if I can donate plasma soon. I don't trust myself to build a PC, and the place that do it for you is a little bit of a drive away. Oh no! Oh wait, I love my beats. Anyways, let me go ahead. I had to fix what we read that. Story submissions. Barbicus. What? We can go ahead and delete that one. We're slowly getting the queue down, I swear. I swear. Lord's Sanctify? Let me, hold on, I'm leaning over to read it. Lord Sanctify, hi, welcome on in. Welcome to Cryptid Cult. Hope you have fun here. You can use my free time for strem and hanging, the rest is writing. But then we keep adding to it again too. That's true, that's true. I caused the queue to increase a little, alas. It's all good. I never want you guys to feel bad about submitting to the queue. Just realize, like, oh, like, why does it take a while for Cryptid to read my particular story? It's like, well, there's a queue. There's people there. On a good traffic day, but normally it's like an hour. Well, that's not too far. Just an hour? Maybe it's just because I'm in Central Florida, but I'm like, oh, just half an hour to an hour? That ain't bad. What was I saying? It is 12:49. I can do a little bit more. After that, I don't want to push myself too much. But, Death's Head, you're in. What Sanctify is a heart? Oh, really? Nice, nice, nice. What Sanctify, did you have something in chat we haven't read yet? We have... You're not the heart user, are you? There's somebody in the Discord whose username is just a heart, and I don't know who that is. Oh, is that what you mean, Baba? Because they're the heart? Are they the heart? Lord Sanctify, are you the heart? Is it you? Are you the heart? You're the heart user. Oh my god. Sometimes I'm just over here at the start of stream and I'm like, and there's somebody whose username is just a heart. I don't know who they are, but their username's a heart. If your username's a heart, please stand up. Oh my goodness. You have the Pikachu and the aviator hat? Okay, okay. So you just submitted today. Okay, so you haven't been waiting too long. That's fine, that's fine. Could adjust an idea, of course. Maybe read a segment for 10 minutes, then critique it and chat. 30 minutes in total the next in queue, just an idea. It's hard. I don't try to do it by a particular time, because I know I ramble a bit. Need to make some usernames on Discord, the head and the hand. And the heart, the head, the hand can argue with each other all day on Discord. Question, it's been a few days, do I need to resubmit my pages? Or I'm not sure if you went over it while I wasn't here. One, I'll never go over it while you weren't here. What is your username in the queue? So I don't think I've seen anyone who's country girl. What's your username in the Discord? I think you can read through the Soulless side story since it's more so a prequel. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me get their set up. But one, country girl, I didn't even know. It's not just my initials. Okay, what user are you? What initial, what username are you in the Discord? Eating Vilks. Hi, Zathra. Welcome on in. KM Gilbertson. Okay. KM Gilbertson. Okay, so sometimes I have been calling you in the beginning, so I think we've just been passing ships. I'm expecting you. Come on in. Okay, let's see here. Let's go from the top here. Who is this? One, we finally have the heart username here. We have the earliest from yours is Hearts Entwined Remix. Which one did you say was a short one? So it's been a long few days. It's never something to be sorry about. But yeah, you don't have to resubmit or anything. If you're not here, I won't read it. I think we've just been passing ships, and then every time I saw your username Country Girl in Discord chat, I didn't connect the dots with what was it? KM Gilbertson, right? So it was just something that like we were passing ships in the night. That's all. Okay. So Lord Sanctify says, I think you can read through the Soulless side story. So Hearts Entwined, Abyssal Shadow. Let's see here. Soulless, is that the one you said? Okay, so Soulless is a side story one, you said. It's this takes place story-wise during the second arc and before the first arc. So I'm not quite sure how that falls, but we can pull this up. And when this one is done, if my voice is still working and you're still in chat, then we can do yours, Country Girl. How does that sound? How goes the writing? There hasn't been any writing yet. I'm still just catching up on the queue. Goddamn. You need to make some subtle changes to make it third person limited. Nice, nice. Okay, so let's see here. Mouse, please work. Sounds good. Please, mouse. I will get a rat if this mouse does not keep working. This is a new mouse we bought too, just for this computer. Oh, there's colors. Okay. Are the colors okay for everybody's eyeballs? Let me adjust this. So this is Lord Sanctify, right? Let me scroll up it so I can see them. So I can see the username, so I can make sure I spell it right. Properties. Lord Sanctify. Okay, I think I spelled it right. There we go. Yeah, we can see that. I'm just still in my hotel room on this the night before Comic-Con. Oh, nice. Just did mine for the night, decided to go back into my French folklore. Very fun, very cool. What kind of cool folklore is there for the French? What kind of cool French folklore is that? Tell us the forbidden French folklore. Emerald City Comic-Con. Nice. That's one of the big ones. Okay, wait, I can't. Oh, this story takes place before and during. Okay, I think that was the note we read before. Okay, that's fine. So I have an intro starts playing. We have some timestamps here. So is this a script? Let's see. Kaiju snail. So Lord Sanctify, since it's been a hot minute since I didn't realize you were the heart username in Discord. What is the story you're submitting here today? It looks like possibly a script, a color-coded script. It looks like MySpace 2006 with all the different colors. I wasn't a MySpace cryptid. I was a Tumblr cryptid back when Tumblr was picking up. I was a little bit of a Tumblr kid. I'm getting back into Tumblr. If you guys actually can look, we actually have a Cryptid Roots Tumblr page. It's more for the business stuff, but whatever. We're technically on there. We're technically still Tumblr kids. So yeah, is this a script? Is it for an audiobook? Is it for a YouTube series? Is it a story? What are we looking at here? First time in forever seeing someone else use color, although this is a little different than what I think I would. Little different, I think, than what I do. This is a side story set before and during the events of the main story. Yep, we got that. So it's a story. Is it for an audiobook? Is it for a YouTube series? It looks like it's mostly dialogue here when I'm scrolling through. So is this supposed to be something like narrated? Is this an audio type thing? Let us know what type of project you were writing for, and otherwise I will go ahead and try and start reading here. Forgive me if I mess anything up just because of the colors, though. So it says 11 p.m. I can't quite read the date, and it says mission start. What am I? Who am I? Why did I abandon them? Oh, this isn't that. We opened to a guy with jet black spiky hair. Piercings on both ears with dark reddish eyes glancing around at his surroundings. The unknown person says, my folklore story is a monster hunter story. Very cool. You're not gonna hunt cryptids though, right? You wouldn't hurt a cryptid, right? With the protagonist trying to function through a serious opiate addiction. Very fun, having the difference of the internal struggle for the character fighting back the drugs, and then also the literal danger struggle of fighting monsters. And not cryptids. Don't hurt cryptids. Anyway. I feel like someone was into... I don't know what that initials mean with the font choices. Is it a reference? Is this from like a particular show? T-W-E-W-E? W-Y-W-E. Jesus, I can't speak. Video game The World Ends With You. Oh, it's the traditional acronym. Oh, hi Noxley, welcome on in, Raiders. So, welcome, Raiders. There we go. Hello, hello everybody. It's a Finn raid? Oh, that's cute. Hi Noxley, welcome on in everyone. We're actually reading a new story. We found who the heart username is in the Discord, so we're reading one of their side stories. This is a side story we just started, so you guys raided at the perfect time. Hi Noxley. Ain't no party like a Noxley party. Oh my goodness, are we gonna start saying that now? Noxley, you know I'm gonna say that forever now. Okay. Also, hi Raiders. Yeah. Welcome on in, Raiders. We just started. You guys came at the perfect time. This one is a side story to a user's main story. Okay. Well, it's not gonna be a happy ending for him. Oh, wait. It was so hard because he's obsessed with his image, and the actual hero of the story completely steals his thunder at almost every turn. Oh no! I don't think they were. I had a bit of inspiration from Bleach and Blue Exorcist. Okay, so that's good. I know a little bit about those. So again, is this a script? Is it going to be a visual thing? Is this a script for a manga or an anime like those two are? What is the work? What is it, a novel? Is this a short? Afraid I'm going to raid and run to get some sleep. Yeah, always, Noxley. Hey, always take care of yourself first. But thank you for raiding. Thank you for dropping your kids off at daycare with Cryptid Daycare. But enjoy the rest of your stream. Have a wonderful night, Noxley. And ain't no party like a Noxley party is going to be stuck in my head for forever now, so you doomed yourself. So the unknown person says, Mom, Dad, I promise that I will do better to protect my brother from this hellish landscape we call Tokyo. As the black, spiky-haired male held on to his brother, he decided it was best for him to enjoy a better life than him, so he decided to leave him by a random house alone, walking away into the shadows. Please forget about me, Riku. Okay. Bye, Noxley. Ain't no party like a Noxley party, cause a Noxley party don't stop. I'm not their kid, I'm more the big brother. I'm the big brother. Okay. You can be the big brother to a 2-year-old and you're still a 3-year-old, okay? Like, let's... You still belong in daycare, it's fine, sweetie. Here's your pizza, here's a little cookie, here's your milk. Hello, everyone. Okay, it's a script. Okay, perfect. But mostly anime inspired, but the way I formatted my stories. But overall, it's a script. Okay, so it's a script. Oh, you got sass. I like you. Oh no! A person likes a big booba anime girl having sass? What other basic opinions do you like? I'm kidding. Okay. So yes, this is for an anime inspired thing. Got it. You see, in plays or whatnot, just my style of script. Yeah, that's fine. There's no, like, I'm never gonna grade you guys based on how you do a script. That's fine. You don't care how to contribute to the sleeves, but Omni is your hubby. They're a little young to be a hubby, don't you think? Skylight, Skylight, you and me, we can talk. Shh, Skylight, don't you? They're a little young to be a hubby, right? Skylight, what are you doing? Skylight, come on. I'm kidding. I'm over here causing drama and chaos. It's fine. I'm just joking with you two. Welcome on in. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you guys never have to contribute to the sillies or anything or go along with me. Sometimes I'm just gonna say silly things. He gave you a ring pop at recess? Oh my god, wait, no, guys, keep this PG-13 rated over here. You guys are talking all this lovey-dovey stuff. Oh my god. That's official. That's true love right there. You guys got to censor that stuff. Hold on. So now he's yours forever and ever. You had to write it the other way. You had to write it like hold on. You have to write it like the forever. That's how you have to write it. Forever. Oh my goodness. This reminds me of a time when a new bartender poured me a beer. I ended up with 1/3 beer and 2/3 foam. The head kept rising, spilling over the rim and onto the floor. Instead of fixing it, she started making more provocative gestures, seemingly trying to distract from the precious beer that was going to waste. Oh no. There's another series that takes place after Abyssal Shadow that I wrote called Deme Wars. The poster is filled with my older writing style, which was really messy. Okay, that's fine. So, the character says, please forget about me, Riku. The character was revealed to be named Yusue Akiyama. I don't know if I said that name right, so apologies if I messed it up. He was someone who was quite mysterious and only thought about himself and whatnot until that fateful encounter, which was meeting or encountering a threat. Yusue had nothing but his old black katana, fingerless gloves, a slightly damaged black hoodie with black ripped sweatpants, and some body armor inside of his clothes. Well, where did he get body armor for? Wow. OMG. Wait, Omni. Did you know when you handed over the ring pop that you were gonna be theirs forever? You knew that, right? You know, everyone knows on the playground if you hand over a ring pop like that and place it on someone's finger that's legally binding. You were aware of that, right? You weren't over there just being like a silly little kid and being like non-committal and just handing out ring pops left and right? No, you were serious. Yeah. There's an series that takes place. Okay, I read that part. Perfect. Yusui says I should head over and try to complete my mission that I was supposed to do. Yusui would sigh a bit, deadpanning. What a nuisance. Okay, so it definitely sounds like you're planning out different things for a script for maybe a manga or an anime here, right? One of the things I'm noticing here is this is fine saying what the clothes are, because that's what stuff you would have to communicate to somebody who's drawing or animating it for you. There was no ring pop. They made that up going along with the goofy. Don't lie, Omni. I 100% with my I trust Skylight. Skylight wouldn't lie to me. Don't listen. Skylight, there. Do you hear what Omni's saying over there? They're trying to say that the ring pop story wasn't real. They're trying to say it wasn't real. I believe you, Skylight. Listen, sometimes people do that. They just can't admit the true love. Okay, they wanna backpedal a little bit. They just get embarrassed talking about their feelings in public, like here on stream in front of other people, in front of a blue cryptid. It's fine. I know your love is real, Skylight. I take you seriously. I don't know what Omni's doing over here. He's just being silly. Binding magical contract equal to putting your name in the goblet of fire. Exactly. Man, the Dumbledore said it calmly, right? Everyone, we all agree. Dumbledore talked to Harry about that really calmly afterwards. You had crow vibes as a kid. I gave the girl I liked rocks from the school playground. Typical boy, rocks and sticks. And now that's the thing all the lesbians are going crazy over. Not gonna lie, if you're one nerdy lesbian and you see a hot lesbian on the other side of the lesbian bar and you want to get their attention, then you gotta... It's absolutely crow versus crow out there. You gotta pull out your best, shiniest rocks. You gotta be pulling out some cool sticks. You gotta be pulling out some like, cool taxidermy or something from your back pocket. You have to have the U-Haul ring ready. That's the only way you're gonna get your lesbian waifu, okay? That's how you attract a mate at a lesbian bar. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? He said calmly. Oh no. So yeah, sorry, Andre, if you weren't... what wasn't working for you as a playground schoolboy is absolutely the trend with all the hot lesbians now. I bet if I asked, he'd find me a pretty rock. Aww, it has to be a really pretty rock. Or a cool seashell. Sometimes, I'm a Central Florida cryptid, sometimes seashells are acceptable too. Even if you weren't here, somehow I get the sense you'd still be this vocal. Even if you were speaking to an empty room? Are you talking about me? Me? No. As soon as the stream ends, as soon as I double check that everything ends, I like just deflate in the chair for a little bit. I stare off into dead space to like recover. I'm one of those people, I act very extroverted and I can do really good customer service and I can keep up the extroverted persona. But then as soon as I'm on my own, all the introvert tiredness takes me over and I'm like, no, I can't move. I don't want to think. Even the voices in my head are too many thoughts. I'm done. No. Is that an ambivert? When you're like can be extroverted or introverted? Yeah. You already have your lesbians. You gotta give them rocks, Chatty Matty. Cool rocks. Interesting little trinkets. Trinket culture is very big right now. You gotta give them cool trinkets. Somehow there's an irony in lesbians giving a gift of sticks and rocks to attract a mate. Seashells are acceptable? Yeah. Okay, that would have been involved being Gandalf, Magneto, and Dumbledore at the same time. Sure, Sir Ian McKellen should have been cast after Richard Harris died. And here comes the deer eyes. Oh no. I get you, shiny Pokemon. Hush you. Holy shit! Wait, you're a shiny Pokemon dealer? When I was a kid cryptid in class, there was a kid who liked me, and I liked collecting Pokemon cards. I didn't actually know how to play Pokemon, but I liked collecting the cards. And every now and again, because he had more money, he had more Pokemon cards, or he had more money. His parents had more money, so he had more Pokemon cards, because it's like elementary school. And so every now and again, he would be showing all the kids in class all his new Pokemon cards, and I didn't know shit, right? I would just be pointing out Pokemon that was cute, and there was a Delcatty. There was a Delcatty card he got, right? It's the evolution of Skitty. It's one of those cat-like Pokemon. And I liked it, and I thought it was cute, and everyone else in class liked it, and they were like, oh, you got a Delcatty, that's so cool, because it was like in the show or something recently. And everyone kept asking to trade with him, and he was like, no. This kid liked me. This kid walked up, and I was like, oh, that's a cool Delcatty. It's really pretty. I like the cat Pokemon. That's neat. And he gave me the Delcatty. And he's like, oh, yeah, here you go. There you go. He like gave it to me. He's like, no reason. You're just really nice. There you go. And I was over there. I was like, yes. Did I know how to play Pokemon? No, but I loved that card. I still have that card. I was over there. I was getting Pokemon cards. I didn't know I could have people be giving me shiny Pokemon too. Oh man, like how I was a pretty fucking cool kid when I was younger. I had a lot of people have crushes on me. How fucking cool must Skylight be that they have a shiny Pokemon dealer? I thought I was lucky just getting Pokemon cards. They're getting shiny Pokemon. God damn. You had to add a lot of edgelords or just delinquents in your stories. Nice. Accurate and applicable to lots to sillies. Now we're called introverts, who are also good actors. Alright, I'll be bringing a ring pop home. Aw, that's so true. That's so cute. That's so cute. Look at you, Skylar. I helped you out here. I helped you out. You already got the shiny Pokemon dealer. I'm getting you the ring pops. Okay, right. Listen, if we keep this up, okay. Listen, if we get more ring pops in the future, I want a 30, what numbers? 30-70 split. I get 30% of the ring pops. Okay. I helped you out here. I got you. No one else heard that. I was over here only talking to Skylight. None of the rest of you raccoons heard that. That was just me and Skylight. This was a private conversation. Yeah, no one else heard that. Tiny can make babies with whales. Pokemon breeding is crazy in general. Anyway. So let's see. So Yusui said, so yeah, I definitely saw like, okay, yeah, this description of the character and what clothes he's wearing, what things he has. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense for if you wanted this to be animated or people to draw it for a manga. This earlier stuff that he's revealed to be named Yusui Akiyama, and he's quite mysterious. That's kind of something that's hard to portray in a panel or an anime shot here. That's more something that's established over the story. Normally you're not just saying to the readers like, oh yeah, this person's mysterious. Like, no, you would show they're mysterious. This is like the showing instead of, wait, it's the telling instead of showing. There we go, I got the two mixed up. So just a little note here. Try not to like tell people how they should feel about a character or how that character come across. Have that show throughout the work. So he says, what a nuisance. Yusei would think about his younger brother for a bit, before trying to forget about him since his mission was more important in his eyes, instead of his own family, which was his younger brother Riku. As Yusei said this, he would eye a random bike that was left unattended, and well, he would borrow it, since he didn't want to waste his energy on something that would potentially be a waste to him. He would start pedaling away to where he was supposed to reach for the mission. Okay. So, this is the... Remember, kids, always tell, never show. Oh no! I misspeak one time with some new raccoons in chat because I got distracted by ring pops and shiny Pokemon. Look what's happened. No, but it's definitely like there can be balance. There can be times when you should show instead. There should be times when you should tell instead. It's finding that balance. But here in particular, generally trying to tell an audience, oh yeah, this character is cool. This character is mysterious. This character is scary. Anything like that. It's better just to show that. You don't want to do the cheaper thing. Like, oh yeah, you should be scared by this character. No, like, you should make the character do scary things. That way that the readers are then like, oh wow, yeah, that's a scary dude. You know what I mean? So this scene's doing two things. It's one, having the flashback sequence of Yusui abandoning Riku. Abandoning, quote unquote, right? Leaving him in front of this random house. And then now adult Yusui stealing a bicycle and going on. Hi, thank you so much for the follow, and hey, I hope you like hanging out with the Cryptid Cult. Actually, if it's a script, you should be telling a lot for like visuals of there to eat you. That's why I said this description of like what's he wearing, what things does he have? He has this katana, he has all that stuff's fine. But as far as like wait, there you go. That stuff's fine, but as far as how the characters should be making the readers feel, I'm like, oh yeah, that should just be a... Yeah, it's a script. So this is 1/16/2009, midnight, kill the gang lord. What was it earlier? This is mission start? Oh, so is this for a manga or anime, or is this for like a game? Like a game. We would appear at a very unique abandoned building which looks like a trap house for drug dealers and other types of criminals, as we see a slightly fit, middle-aged Japanese man wearing a classic samurai kimono with a katana on his hip and 3 scars on his face, which connected his right eye, nose, and lip. Hi Titan, welcome on in. Oh, it's morning for you? It is 1:16 a.m. local cryptid time. And the people you're working with. You'll piss people off if you leave things unclear. For like general production things, like if you were like being hired by a studio to make stuff, it's a little bit different. Nah, it's not morning, but I did see light. Car headlights. Nice. This is the same thing. The sun, machinery lights reflecting off roads. It's the same thing. Deers think it's the same thing, basically. Good night, Cryptid. I had to work in 8 hours. Good night, Mysteria. I'm sorry we didn't get to read your piece tonight, but we'll let me know next stream that you're in and be like, hey, we were gonna read my soon. I'll put you at the top of the queue for next time. Good hanging out, but I'm gonna dip. Thanks for the silly fun time. Thank you guys for having a little silly fun with me. Even it was silly back and forth between you and your partner with ring pops and Pokemon cards. I appreciate the sillies. Let's see. Imagine creating a character who has the ability to tell other characters what they feel, and they in turn internalize it as truth. Very cool. Car searched so much all this was an SUV this time. Well, I will be here next stream, so I'll try to remember. Yeah, just mention it next stream. Be like, hey, I've been waiting a little bit. You were gonna read my last stream, Cryptid, please. And I'll be like, oh yeah, and we'll start off with you because I know you've been waiting for a bit. That's fine. Well, thank you, Titan. Hey, welcome to the Cryptid Cult. I hope you have fun with us. So for the year 2009 is in the past. Okay, so this is 2009. This is 2009? Huh. Okay, so we're still like in the prequel. Got it. I hope so as well, and folks. Nice. So we're reading a script for like a manga anime type thing. It is a little bit bright colors. It's a little bit harder for me to read, but we're gonna keep going for a little bit longer. That's fine. So he has the scars. Somebody unknown who's in purple. This is a different person. The drugs were meant to be sent off a while ago. What's the fucking holdup? Kuriyami, my boy, do you know who was the cause of this? Kuriyami, serious. Boss, it was Mizuna. I told him to do what you asked, and while he tried arguing and bitching at me, and well, you know how I am when the rival gang member tried to press me. My sister used to intern at a high-end production company. That's super cool. Writers would submit scripts to the directors, and she was the one who had to read them all. Oh no. Offering suggestions and edits as part of her internship. Most of those scripts never made it anywhere near the bosses. Yep. It's not even just for production companies, right? That same thing for not just scripts, but even books, novels. A lot of the times you're not even sending things directly to an agent to pick up your work. You're giving it to their interns, and the interns have to go through the hundreds of messages a day of all the submissions for books and memoirs and short stories and novellas and everything else that people are trying to get published. And then if the interns like a couple of it, then that ends up to the agent, and then the agents read a couple of those, and then they give it all back. It's this industry of turning stories into other bigger things, it's run by interns, not gonna lie. Poor overworked and underpaid interns. I can make the font color white if you want. It's okay, I'll just keep reading a little bit. I think Michael Bay would be as kind? Who's Michael Bay? I don't know that reference. I'm just a cryptid. I'm just a blue cryptid. Purple guy continues. Yeah, I know. Boy, bring me Muzuna for a minute. Kuriyami says, yes, dad. I mean, boss. So, Kuriyami, I'm a little bit confused which of the men is this one wearing the samurai kimono. If that one was Kuriyami or if that one's the boss. Kuriyami ran off, grabbing Mizuna by the arm since he was a block away from the room, finally entering the room. Mizuna would enter the room with Kuriyami, eyeing his boss with a slight hint of fear in his eye. Mizuna, what am I supposed to do? Good question. Step forward for me, Mizuna. Mizuna would reluctantly walk forward, causing the boss to lash out, slamming his fist into Mizuna's face with a slight hint of aggression. Yeah, slamming your fist in someone's face. It's just a slight hint of aggression. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. Mizuna would eye the boss with an angry look, causing him to try and strike back using his right hand, activating his ability, which required him to get angry, seeping out a light blue aura like he was going to use water magic. However, he shot out an ice crystal onto the ground. Directed Transformers, Pearl Harbor, The Rock, Armageddon, Bad Boys, etc. Would be as kind, so you think that person wouldn't be as kind? Oh no. Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, I know a lot of people complain, a lot of writers and creative people complain, like, oh, my cool creative piece wasn't chosen by big such and such production company. But you gotta understand, there's a lot of other great, fantastic ideas too being submitted. And more than that, there's a bajillion more really crappy ideas being submitted. They're working hard just to get through all the trash, just to find the occasional good stuff. It's hard work. Might be better than slam if it's only a bit of aggression. Oh, so your relative actually worked at his company? Wow, that's really fancy. What a cool connection to make. Sometimes a lot of people do like internships and stuff, but it was like kind of like a dead end thing. Like you don't really get a lot of it. But it sounds like working at such like a cool big person company place. I hope that gave them a lot of opportunities and stuff. That sounds really neat. They shot an ice crystal onto the ground. You really think you can scare me with that? Boy, as the leader of Vampa, I will teach you why you shouldn't get confident. Learn why you should also fear the name Kiyoshi Chihiro. Kiyoshi eyed Mizuna as he started staring at Mizuna, activating his mana with ease, showcasing a violet-like aura, symbolizing his dominance as he started grinning very sinisterly. So one of the things on... Oh, my lo-fi beats getting me at the end. There we go. I see my older stories as more of a way to improve on when making new stuff. Okay. Okay, Sassy. What was Sassy? Oh, the research comment. So, one of the things I'll point out now, because this is a critique circle, right? So we're going to do like 1 or 2 pieces of critique here, is one, not just talking about the format, I'm talking about like the actual stuff we're seeing here. One, some of the dialogue feels a little bit clunky. It's not quite as natural to say. Sometimes it's either a really, really long sentence that's a little bit unnatural to say without like taking a breath. Let's see. Or some things like this, like declaring, oh, as the leader of the Vampa, I will treat you, I should get confident. Where like that's a little bit clunky. So I would say like, oh, maybe double check your dialogue. Try saying it aloud yourself as you're writing it to see if it flows naturally out of you, to see if it sounds like natural dialogue. Because dialogue and the other prose can be different, right? We can say some unnatural things, some poetic cool things when it's just in the text for a story. But when it's dialogue, it should generally sound realistic. I know there's going to always be exclusions. It's not a 100% thing. Let's see here. Now, it's one of this industry that's been on the brink of dissolution for so long. Even 15 years ago, it was already shifting and transforming through outsourcing. Yeah, so much outsourcing for all sorts of different things. A lot of the work that used to be done in Los Angeles has moved to places like Vancouver and Mumbai for production. Hopefully, I said that right. Imagine if Silicon Valley dissolved over a decade span. That would be crazy. Geez, can you guys imagine that? That would be... I have relatives who work really, really big fancy jobs over at Silicon Valley. So that is kind of crazy to think about. So you don't know if it was really worth it having that cool internship to get those connections. But then everything changed so suddenly. Everything's been changing so much. It's like, were those connections really worth it? It's definitely different. Especially now, a lot of, with the huge surge now and trying to get so many things indie published, right? Indie animation companies getting picked up, indie film with the success of Iron Lung with Markiplier, more people getting inspired to try and pursue indie production and distribution for that. I feel like we're not done seeing the end of a lot of stuff. I feel like we're going to see even more shifts in the next few years. It's going to definitely be very interesting. Not necessarily good or bad, but definitely interesting. So yeah, my first critique is the dialogue. Yeah, I think there's a sense of survivor's guilt among the people who've managed to stay in the industry long enough. Oh, that's an interesting take. Not an interesting take. That's a unique. I haven't heard someone phrase it that way. That's a really unique way of phrasing that, Echoes. I like that. But yeah, I would say the dialogue, trying to read things aloud, trying to like, even in your room alone or stuff, try to act as the characters saying the dialogue. Does it sound natural? I just want to sit in my room and write stories to mail out to publishers so we can split the money. I don't want to do all the shit indie authors do. Definitely for indie authors, they to be successful. I feel sometimes I get a little worried. Sometimes there are a lot of successful indie authors who are making good money because they're not splitting the profits with an agent or with the publishing companies, etc. There are some who are making it and they're doing really good. I feel like sometimes those successful ones are over-encouraging or not over-encouraging, are presenting an idea that any author can just, oh yeah, just do it yourself, just self-publish, you'll make money, you'll make so much more money, when the reality is that's a very small minority of authors who get that financially successful doing indie publishing, compared to the vast majority of indie published authors who might just sell a handful of copies. Right, that there's a lot of them who don't make it. There's a vast majority of them who do not make it, and therefore I sometimes wonder, like, oh, I wonder if that author had pursued traditional publishing, even though it would have taken more years. They could have sold the same amount of copies. Let's say they sold 5 copies, right? But they had the publishing deal. They at least got the upfront money from the publishing house, and would have gotten at least a couple $1,000s out of it, rather than, oh, you sold 5 books, you made like $20 or something. Sometimes I worry that the successful people in self-publishing are giving this, overselling this dream to that anyone who self-publishes can make thousands of millions of dollars. And I'm like, not all of them are making it. Hold on here. Hold on. Long-time lurker, just want to say, keep up the great work and vibes. Very educational streams as well. Aw, thank you, Casper. Thank you for being such a nice lurker. Wait, regardless if you guys ever comment or you guys are always lurking, I love having you guys here just to listen and hang out with me and share the vibes. And yeah, I always say I'm always trying to teach you guys the few things I know, but I think every stream you guys teach me a lot more that I don't know. I definitely learn a lot each stream too. That's my big dumb dream, Zathra. What's your big dumb dream? Did I miss it? Oh my goodness, to sit in a room and just write things for publishers? I don't care. I don't even care. My first stories are massively rewritten. I can play ball. I can pay my dues. Exactly. And definitely the strength, the strength of traditionally published, and I'm not saying this is a thing like, oh, everyone should be traditionally published. No, there's strengths and weaknesses for both. Absolutely. The strength for traditionally published is it takes a long time. It is a slow-moving ball, but it is a ball that the author doesn't pay anything for. If you get an agent and you get traditionally published, they are paying for the editors, whereas a self-published person is paying for the editors themselves, and that's thousands of dollars, right? Traditional publishing, you are not paying for editors. You are not paying anything. You're not paying the agents. The agents get a cut once you get a deal. And you get that upfront money, and then if you out-earn that, then you can earn a portion of your sales for the rest of the books after you out-earn your preempt. Self-published, I don't mind if I'm starving, but I think I got the goods to reach a big audience. That's definitely true. That's why I say it's not a bad thing to do either or. I think I just dislike the people who are saying that, like, oh, the small percentage that make it are selling it as like everyone can make it, and I'm like, that's not true. What are you writing about? I'm not writing anything. If you're talking to Lord Sanctity, this is a script for, it seems kind of like the anime manga vibes, and I was just finishing up the critique before I got sidetracked. Oh, Zathra, yeah. Zathra, let us know in the chat, what are you working on? In the past, I did a story plan of having all my stories cross over, even though they are connected from one another, and then do a hard reboot. Oh, that sounds like a lot. I definitely suggest for somebody starting out, before, like, you have a few successful things, even if it's just a successful webcomic or something, whatever. Try doing a self-contained thing first before you think of this massive empire of stories and different things. See, like, can you finish and write one story and do the edits and do the revisions and do all the hard passes, and then make it and put it out there, whether that's a webcomic, whether that's that, like, have that experience of doing a one shot, of doing a short story, of doing whatever. And then once you've done that, then you're like, oh, okay, now I have the skill set, I kind of know what's involved in it. Now I'll tackle a bigger project, and now I'll tackle 20 projects that will all cross over and stuff, right? Definitely starting with smaller bites before you try eating a whole airplane in one bite, type of thing. But that's just my advice. Do you have to listen to it? No. I'm just a blue person on your screen. I don't control you. So yeah, the first one was dialogue, and 2, it's nice for you. I would definitely, you don't have to follow proper formatting for scripts, especially if it's just for you. I don't follow proper formats for scripts, and I'm working on one right now, right? But I think it does have to clearly show what you're trying to convey to anyone that would be working with you on this project. So for here, having things, normally scripts start off with like the different characters that are going to appear in that scene, rather than having everyone who's not named yet be different question marks or different colors. It might make more sense, like in scripts we do name the character, but then we'll make a note like, oh yeah, the audience doesn't know who this is yet, they're an unnamed male 1, and that's and then unnamed male 1's revealed to be Yusue, so that would be a note later on. More clear, rather than doing all the different colors, I'd say even you don't have to copy it exactly. Look up how some scripts are formulated, get some ideas for it to properly convey things. A lot of this is dialogue and stuff that's kind of hard to portray in a panel. So if your goal is a manga, start writing what is in each panel. Start describing what's in the panel. So don't just say like, oh yeah, he grabbed somebody. Be like, oh, left panel is the mob boss Mizuna, or the mob boss hitting Mizuna. Right panel below that, Mizuna getting punched. Stuff like that. Like, start figuring out what do you want conveyed in your panels to communicate with other people. Stuff like that. And it doesn't have to be exactly like that, but you know what I mean. Like, start thinking, how do I clearly communicate to other people? Because some of the font choices here were a little hard to read. Some of the colors will get confused over what they mean, what each color represents. How do I, if I am a script writer, if I'm a storyteller working with a team, how do I, in my own unique style, properly communicate to my team? And that would be my second critique there. You have a little Dorito piece? Hi, Callie. I got a pirate story in the works, 1750s roundabouts, good old-fashioned pulp and cosmic horror in the Caribbean. A French folklore story about the real price of fairy tale heroism. Ooh. Here with a sequel for Peter Pan, where Wendy gets locked up in a sanitarium. And the events in Venezuela got me interested in their country, so I'm starting on a folk story from Central America as well. Oh, very cool, inspiring things. I definitely like pirates, I like folklore, I like Peter Pan. This is all very, very cool stuff. And fashion and style repeats itself every 30 years. We're coming along that time now with those colors. We might be bringing it all back. Ooh. Yeah, it's definitely been interesting, not just seeing trends and stuff be repeated, but trends and stuff being repeated faster and faster. Definitely interesting stuff. But anyway, thank you so much, Lord Sanctify, for submitting this. I hope some of my initial reading critiques gave you feedback, not just for this piece, but also any other projects you're looking to start with other creative individuals to get this kind of stuff off the ground. You'll see some of my work soon once it's ready for review. That's awesome, Zatara. I'm excited. So thank you so much for submitting and being a brave raccoon and sharing your work here on stream. We always appreciate it, and I hope some of the stuff I said helped you out. That's always, hopefully, the goal. Not everything I say will be helpful, but hopefully occasionally I say at least one or two things helpful. So I'll go ahead and get that one done. Maybe I should have for the thing, like when you guys submit your stuff, because I can't always tell sometimes the usernames are different. Maybe as part of it, I'll be like, oh yeah, submit your Twitch chat username, because sometimes it's different than your Discord username, so that way I can actually tell when people are in or not. It's really great that you're looking over other people's stories like this, by the way. Yeah, well, that's what a critique circle is. We all like hang out and we all like read each other's stories and we give feedback and we grow. I learned a lot from other people giving me critique and feedback, and I think I want to create a space that I would enjoy, and I really enjoy this. I learned so much from other people at all skill levels giving me feedback. I think one of the greatest writing partners I ever had was actually Mama Cryptid. Mama Cryptid was a professional storyteller for some time. So from a very young age, I had... when you're like a little baby cryptid, when you're like a little kid in like elementary school and stuff, and you're talking about stories and different things, because you know, that's just what you do when you're a little kid, and Mama Cryptid would be there, and she would be giving me feedback. She'd be asking me questions. She'd be making me think about stuff. And that continued all the way up through college, and now like she's a great storyteller. I really like sharing ideas with her. I actually can't... The Three Little Witches project is the first one I haven't gotten her feedback with, because it's kind of sad and gruesome. It's very gore focused, and she doesn't like that too much. So it's actually the first story I'm working on that's actually without Mama Cryptid input. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, she was a professional storyteller for some time. You're starting a rebellion? What rebellion are you starting? I'm one of the worst offenders with multiple tags. I always have the same username everywhere, though. I guess I should add mine anyway, since Discord will not allow me to turn off streamer mode no matter what I do. At least with yours, since we've talked about it enough on stream, now whenever I do see for me, the D dot dot dot, and it's the Haunting Castle Levels, I know it's Death's Head. I think I just get your numbers wrong. I think I think something's like 418 or something like that. I'll get the number wrong, but I'm like, oh yeah, it's Death's Head. So at least that one I'm now familiar with. But like somebody like the heart symbol, I'm like, wait, who's the heart symbol? Who's the heart symbol in chat? I don't know. It's still annoying though. I have fully, and every other night or so, I fully like shut down this community. I restart it. I give it updates. That way it's like ready to go for stream next time. This like setup is only used for streaming really. So it doesn't do anything else. So I'm like restarting it pretty frequently. I'm doing the updates whenever I notice it. So like people ask like, oh, Cryptid, have you restarted the Discord? Have you refreshed it? Have you done anything like that? I'm like, this computer has been like shut down. It's gone in updates. I've closed Discord. I've relaunched Discord. I've checked other tabs. Like I've done everything I can. No writing rules protest? I definitely agree. I think there aren't any hard rules. I definitely think whatever rules there are, or guidelines, I guess I should say, whatever guidelines there are, can be broken. I always just say you have to break them well. You can break any rule in writing, you just have to break it well. And then sometimes people get upset, I think, a little bit when they try to break a cool thing, to do a cool thing by breaking a rule. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes they're doing it for the first time ever, and they don't always do it well. We need to practice it more if they did want to do that kind of cool concept by breaking one of those writing rules. But any rule can be broken. Again, it's just breaking it well, and sometimes that does require more effort, more time, more getting better at our writing craft, our storytelling craft. Chatty Matty, you're banned. Can I break them with my fist? I give you full permission to try. Full permission to try. Good luck, Callie. That's definitely the bit. So, for now, it's almost 2 a.m. for Cryptid. My voice is starting to go. So thank you all for hanging out with me for as long as you have. I've got not just cool critiques and back and forth with you guys today, I've got a lot of ideas and some suggestions for what to do with the Discord and maybe how to handle the queue in the future. So maybe not right away, but I'll slowly be working with Roots and we'll be looking into stuff. You all need to practice breaking the rules. Cryptid 2026. I did not say that. That's decrypted for review. I said sometimes we need to practice more if we do want to break those rules in order to do it well. Oh no. Just in time for me to wind down. Your voice is a treat, Cryptid. I'm always happy to drop in. Aw, thank you, Zad. What is with you raccoons? You guys are all giving me compliments tonight. What is this? But thank you so much, Zad. That's very kind. Oh, we have a hydrate or dihydrate. Thank you so much, Callie. Here's your sippy. But otherwise, yeah, I am aware that the current step we are growing as a community, and there needs to be more changes to help us be a more cool, active, fun community to hang out with and get feedback and to do all the different stuff. And I am working on it. I am thinking about it. It will just take a little bit of time because I did not expect to grow up and be such a popular raccoon hoarder so fast. Cryptid, you're looking marvelous tonight. Your blue skin's radiant and gives off an effervescence. Oh my god. You are too much. Anyway, thank you all again. You guys are a wonderful community. I'm very lucky and I'm very thankful for you guys being such great chatters and for giving me good feedback and ideas on how to improve, both on my good days and my off days when I'm not feeling as good. But thank you guys. Have a wonderful night. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.